Hello, everyone, and welcome back with What Team Comp to Salute the Sun. I am your host, Uncommon Guru. Say hi, everybody.
Hello.
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 Butters is going to be a little bit echoey in some ways. He's got some stuff he's doing. He's in Disneyland. Uh, he's, at,
Disney World.
he's having a good time, but he wanted to make sure that he popped in and gave Batalon his voice.
Perfection.
And I think it's a good time to jump straight into where we last left off, hey?
Mm.
Alright, so speaking of which, after traveling across the land to La Corzon, you were able to find an inn. You did a few dealings in the city, just getting a chance to familiarize yourself with just a few various things as you were told about the Adventurers Guild. After doing so, you eventually were led there by a canine creature, looked like a fox, who led you in, and you were told that since some of you weren't fully aware of what your adventuring capabilities might be considered for such a thing, you were instructed to go into combat against a few who would test your skill, which turned out to be sets of animated armor. After going through it and finding out that there was some trickery and some fun things about them, you eventually heard the slow clap of an humanoid in splint mail who congratulated you for your job well done and offered you to come out and follow him into another part of the Adventurers Guild, which is where we will pick up. So, you guys have completed your task in the pit. There are ladders leading out, so you can easily just hop on out and follow after this figure.
Follow the man.
Follow the man.
All right. Walking into the next room over, you can see that it's got a few people in there, maybe 4 to 6. You can't see one of them because you swear that you're seeing a drink that's on the table, and then all of a sudden it'll just disappear when you're not looking at it. You're not sure if there's someone there or if that's just good housekeeping, but it keeps popping back up every now and then. As you're looking around, you see a variety of different people. Over in one corner, you see that there is a what appears to be a wood elf with some giant folk next to him with very long arms. His ears are high set on his head with his hair done up into like a bun. He's probably about the same size as most furbolgs would be, but he's very lanky, almost almost like a giant kin with elven features might be. But they're currently playing cards, looks like. Neither one of them looking particularly frustrated, not looking like they're gambling anything, they're just playing cards. While off in the other corner, there's two others who are playing what appears to be dragon chess. One of them is a dwarven female with a large maul leaning against the wall, and across from her is a robed human who looks like he's very frustrated as he appears to be losing quite soundly to the dwarf. The figure who led you in here motions you over to a table, just kind of away from everyone as he moves over, sits down, and he pulls off his helmet, just kind of sets it down next to him. You can now see that he is a human with his hair looks like it was slicked back, possibly just helmet hair, but he makes it look good ish, except for the part that's just sticking off to the side as he smooths that down. Got a mustache with a bit of chin hair. It's very dark hair, and he just kind of leans back as he stares at you. Welcome to our humble guild. Presume you're here looking for work.
Sure am.
That's one way to look at it. Dangerous is another, but if you're willing to accept the risk with the reward, you can find this place to be most profitable.
Julius is interested in money.
Most who come here are. He takes out a little notebook and he writes something down on it. Is there a particular form of work that you prefer? We have varieties of different things ranging from carrying items to and from various locales, fighting creatures off in the wildlands.
I have experience in the first one.
Makes a quick note. Are you
I
all...
imagine where,
Go. Sorry, I did not mean to interrupt yourself. Continue.
I imagine we're fairly flexible between the two options you've given us.
Just those two? Well, I had several
Oh.
others I could have offered.
Well, then we're fairly flexible between any of the options you can offer.
Julius is wondering which pays the best.
It depends on how difficult the mission can be. Either one can pay equally, but the higher the difficulty of such an event, the more likely you are to get paid in dividends at a more rapid rate. If you're very quick and you can move from place to place quickly, you can possibly take care of several deliveries at once and get paid quite well. If you're astute and careful fighters and don't lose your limbs, you're able to get money by slaying creatures. Again, all depends on how well you think you can take care of. Of course, this is only mentioning those two options, as you've already stated you've had experience with one of them.
Oh, and the other.
And
Julius helped them kill werewolves. As well as, what else did we kill?
We dealt with some wargs.
Yeah, that too.
werewolves.
Yeah, he was actually a pretty good guy.
Interesting. Starts writing down a little bit more. Alright. So you have some combat experience outside of what you've shown here alone. It's very useful for making sure that those who join with us don't end up icing themselves, as it were.
With ice.
What about the rest of you? I've heard you, this Julius, speak a few times, but
Miles.
besides,
Like gives a thumb up when someone says his name.
but besides one of your other companions, the rest of you remain silent. Do they
Yeah,
speak for you?
Yeah, I'm mainly just the support. Out of character, my ass is still waking up, so I'm trying to process.
No worries.
I am as familiar on the battlefield as I am upon the stage. I would say I am quite accomplished.
Quite accomplished.
I thought he said quite a completionist. I'm like, completionist? What?
That might not be a bad thing either.
God
That depends on who you ask.
damn it.
Both are good things, and both could be accounted for, though the second, I will admit, we don't do parties.
That is fine.
Huh?
What does it even mean?
Loves shindig.
Hmm. What do we do?
And you are all acting as a group or as individuals? Just to make sure I can set this up
Group.
correctly. A group. Yes?
Indeed.
Group. Alright.
I guess so.
Alright. continues writing down a few other things. Holds up a hand, and another armored entity moves forward, takes it, and starts walking to the back. We'll see that your forms can be filled out so we can have you inducted properly. If you wish to meet with any of the others, you may, by all means, go ahead and do so. There are not many here at the moment. Many are out and about or in one of our other 4 locations. Note that if you go to any of those locations, they may ask for another test of skill to ensure that you are not lying about this induction, particularly if you go north. But that's simply how they do things in their division.
Oh, sound like they got a stick up their ass.
I wouldn't say that to their face.
No promises.
You would
Yeah, they
have
might.
fun there, I'm sure, up until you found out just how little they enjoy such words.
Trust me, I know all the right words.
And you're saying all the wrong ones.
Yes, because I'm having fun.
And some people up there do not enjoy being mocked, even in fun and jest. Here, we don't care. But that's us. Consider that the only warning I can give you.
Okay. So, what should we do next?
That is completely up to you. Until the forms are complete, you will have you will have no access to our board. That being said,
Wait. No one told Julius about paperwork.
I'm taking care of the majority of the initial paperwork. The rest of the paperwork is going to be for you to fill out once you've been finished with your induction, with your pass showing that you are members of our guild, and from there you are able to use that pass with which to apply for various missions and quests on the quest board. If you wish to look at the quest board, you may. If you wish to speak with others, you may. I'm not going to stop you from doing such things. Just remember, you cannot take any of these quests until you receive your guild pass. So, eat, drink, still costs you as just as much as if you were a member. Just don't do anything to break the place while you're waiting. I'd hate to throw you out before you're even in. Stands up,
That would be unfortunate.
gives a little nod at that, puts on his helmet, and and he walks to the back.
Alright.
Did we
Now.
get his name?
Nope.
I'm heading over to the quest board to see fully what's there.
Oh, I'm joining in with that.
Same.
Quest board.
Julius trusts your decision-making capability.
Julius should trust someone better.
He looks around like he's looking for somebody to fill that role. Okay,
Billy raises her
Julius
hand.
picks Batalon.
Mario is pointing at Billy. Like they are just pointing out. This is the person you should be trusting the opinion of.
What about Batalon?
You've been chosen to have give opinions to Julius when he needs a second opinion.
He doesn't really care what job he takes, so he asks somebody else to pick. And when they said that-
Catch your tiger by the toe with it, I'll let them go. He just picks a
Billy is still looking at the quest.
Yep, no worries. In the immediate area, let me actually pull my map here. I did not finish that, so I can't pull that up. Yay, I'm so smart. I'm also busy with other things like life. Yay, life. Oh, goodness. This isn't the most central location in the continent, but it is one of the more central. So there are a few various things around. If you're looking to head more towards the, where is it here? More towards the southern section, there is a desert mission which involves guarding a caravan. While you're heading
Julie's
in,
that one.
while you're heading towards one of the cities in that area. Just maybe 2-3 cities in. After that, you can come back and get paid as you wish. There is a mission towards one of the most central points in the area, which is the base of one of the mountain ranges. Let's see, where's my notes on that? I have so many notebooks and should have been organized a little bit better. Sorry about that.
It's all good.
So good.
The main issue there is that there have been various accidents that have been occurring, and people believe it might be foul play from one who has either set up residence there, being a creature, or possibly even giantkin, or even a giant themselves. Whether you fight or are diplomatic, that's completely up to you, so long as you can find a way to prevent such accidents from continuing to befall those who go down the path. And if you're willing to go much further west, there is also an encounter which is in the name here. The High Tree Swamp area, which refers to a scout having gone missing, and people being needed to rescue them, pull them out of it, as they believe that there's various tribesmen there who are less than pleased with people attempting to look and survey into the swamp. They're not sure why or for what reason. They do know that there's something within the swamp that may be either dangerous or destructive in nature. Destructive has air quotes around it, obviously indicating that they're not sure of its exact nature, so if it's dangerous, it's hypothetical. But the fact that someone's gone missing, they just want him found. There's also one for in the city. That one refers to cleaning out some back alleys, as there's apparently been
Wait, where?
Some back alleys in La Corazon, in the
Okay.
towards the southern end of the city, where there have apparently been people who've been dealing in illegal trading for a suspected underground fighting ring, not for fighting people, for fighting creatures and such, and they think that one of those creatures may have gotten out, and while they're trying to shut down the ring itself, they think that those creatures are currently causing a bit of amok and chaos in that part of the city.
Yeah, well, sounds interesting.
Sounds like that would be a good place to start, with something local.
Mm-hmm.
Prove ourselves at least.
Agreed.
Yay, game publicity.
Alright, so the local ones, the only one I like it first.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever we can get quests, anyway.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yay, we're part-timers.
Please tell me we don't have to do an intelligence check to fill out paperwork.
No, you don't have to do an intelligence to check to fill out paperwork. Essentially, you can do it essentially like signing a contract, where it's like, if you don't want to read everything, they're like, sign here, 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 and you'll be fine.
It's a dexterity check.
You're not even
I'm
a
okay
dexterity
with
check.
that.
If you don't have if you don't like, if you're like intelligence is a 6, you can just put a X there just to say that you agreed to it.
I'm above average in everything.
Okay, if you then you can sign your name, and once you sign your name in those areas, you will have signed the form stating that you have accepted membership into the guild. So everyone will be able to get that in just a moment. Right now, everything is just a little bit quiet. If you guys are just wanting to wait around for that, you can. If you want to speak with any of the patrons here, there's a bar in the other room. If you wanted to grab a drink.
Where's that painfully
there anyone,
losing
like,
human?
He's at a table not far from where you currently are.
Is anyone selling anything?
Besides the alcohol, not currently.
Okay.
At least not in the guild.
I'm heading over to this card game to see what the fuck.
They're playing chess.
I'll go watch.
I'll head over to this chess game then.
You kind of move over, and I'm guessing you're just kind of hovering.
Slightly, yes.
They're very concentrated on their game. You can tell that the human is losing by like one step behind in this game, but only barely, as you just see it, the pieces on the board, and you just see them just like staring at it, just like tapping their foot rapidly, just like.
Could I figure out a more winning move for this poor human?
Roll an intelligence check. Unless you have proficiency in dragon chess, in which case you can
I
roll
am
that
not.
intelligence check.
Wow.
Not bad. Looking it over, you can see that he's backed into a corner, and the reason why he's tapping his foot and looking so anxious is because if he makes one wrong move, which is pretty much any move, it's basically 2 turns to check.
So there's no way he can win this, essentially.
He's essentially backed himself into a corner, and the only way that he will win is if she misplays, and from the way that she looks very confident, you have a high suspicion that she's not going to be merciful.
Gonna sit and watch this shit.
And you watch it play out for maybe another 2 minutes before...
2 minutes?
Yeah, he takes 2 minutes on his turn before he's like you just hear him go, oh, shit, as you see him jerk, and you see her kick him from underneath the table, and she's like, you gotta move. Fine. Moves his piece. You can see her just kind of like a very idle smile as she moves her piece, and you can see him just kind of look at his piece, just like he has a look like he was betrayed by that piece, just like, I can't believe you've done this.
How could you speak?
Moves the piece back. Piece gets lost. Check. Moves his piece. She moves another one. Checkmate.
Ooh, she gotcha.
Shit. What does that make now? 7-5? I believe that means I win. No, we can go 8-6. You are a sore loser. You're buying me a drink. You're buying me several drinks. Hi, new people.
Oh.
Welcome. How are you all doing today?
Sick of filling out paperwork.
Oh, did you get stuck with paperwork? First day? Oh yeah, you have to sign out everything and... Ugh. Yawn. Again, leans back.
Julius is wondering what your specialty is.
My specialty? Transportation. Particularly transportation of the various goods that can come to and from warmer locales than the north. I was up there once. I completed their tests, but after getting my membership there to show that I was indeed able to, I went straight away from them. They're just too much sticks up their asses. I mean...
I just point to Lost and give her like a little nod.
You think so too? Did you meet with him already?
Les nods back.
You met them? Most people come here
Oh,
first.
No, oh no, whole different reason. Don't mind us.
Kind of shrugs. Suit yourself. So, what brings you all here besides the wonderful paperwork?
We were hoping to join so that we could get some money doing some quests.
Who isn't looking to get money? Forgive me. We've jumped straight into pleasantries and I haven't even begun to give you my name. My name is Odini. Holds out hand.
This is the human?
He's a human, yes.
Hold up. Spell that for me.
Odini. If you're laughing at my name, you should hear my last name.
What?
Fuck Lucky. I will spell that out for you.
She squeezes her eyes
Julius
shut
just
and
goes,
like kind of
"Fuck
closes
monkey?"
her lips like,
Fuck Lucky. Fuck Lucky.
I'm still hearing fuck monkey.
That's up to you then. Your ears must need a little bit of cleaning. You've perhaps been away from the sea too long.
You poor man. What were your parents thinking?
To be fair, they have to live with it too. That's their last name. Odini is my first name.
There is nothing saying they could not change their last name.
No, but it's also a generational name, and if I don't give out my full name, she laughs at me. You just see the dwarf slowly smile at him, just like, mm-hmm.
Billy's like biting into her lip now, trying not to laugh. She wants to be nice.
Please think she laughs at you no matter what.
She finds a way.
And you, ma'am?
My name is Belinda Stoneweaver. I will spell that for you.
Look, I'm like, Don, help me.
Belinda Stoneweaver.
Ah!
Oh, we lost the limey.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
She said be right back.
Okay.
So Butters, you meet two people. Just catching up real quick. You meet Odini Falkluckley and Belinda Stoneweaver, who
Nice.
you just saw Odini lose to chess from Belinda, and he is now having to pay for her drinks.
Billy will hold her hand out to Belinda.
She takes it. It's a very strong handshake.
Billy just smiles and grips it.
I like
Nice
you.
to meet
You don't flinch. Perhaps you should, but you don't flinch.
Not easy to scare me off.
Oh, scaring you off is the last thing I'd want to do. If I scare you off, you can't buy me drinks. It's what I do. I play games with people and then they make them... Forgive me. Victory always tastes better when I have a drink. He kind of gives another kick to Odini, who's like, I'll get you a...
She's gonna keep kicking you until you do what she wants.
She is a little bit hostile, but she's the best damn woman you can have on the front lines when you're not wanting to get swarmed by giant spiders. Be right
Well, I
back.
think I need a
Ugh.
pants in a relationship.
He looks down and he looks down over at her, and they're both wearing pants, and he's like, we both wear
Metaphorically.
pants. I don't understand
No,
the
I'm not.
metaphor. I don't understand it.
You don't need to. Don't worry.
Sure. He slowly slides away to go get a drink for her. Just like,
Billy's just sitting here like, stay innocent, man. Do it.
So,
So, Belinda.
yes. No, please, by all means. I love
He
to hear
called
people
you-
talk.
Essentially a frontliner.
I am the
What do you
person
do?
that people tend to wish to have jumping off the cart first. If I am in the front, people like him who are soft-skinned and, well, wimpy would be too harsh of a word. That being said,
Fragile.
my family and my people find me to be a little bit obtrusive at times. Thankfully
What?
not obtuse, but obtrusive.
So what is your trade then?
Fighting.
Out of character, I'm going to guess she's a fighter.
I mean, you see them all, you see her just kind of looking at you. I'm not
Bitch,
wearing
I'm all
my...
can be wielded by anything.
oh, yeah, I mean, anything with martial weapon prowess, obviously. She kind of like motions to herself. I'm not dressed to impress, but I can promise you that if I were, you'd be impressed.
I'm already impressed. I don't know what you're talking about.
That's a good mindset to have. And what are your specialties then?
Give me a weapon and I can use it almost to perfection. There's also this little guy, and she pats Mwansi on the head. Certain
He is a
uniqueness with animals.
a companion. I was worried there that he was a delivery.
Trust me, you wouldn't.
I am good at the magic.
You're good at the magic.
Yes.
She's excellent in a fight when we want to hypnotize said foes.
Ugh. Hate that. Being hypnotized is the worst.
Only if you're on the receiving end.
I've been on the receiving end. It's the worst.
Don't worry. I don't cause too much harm.
I should hope not. You're part of the guild. Once you've signed your name onto those papers, you are essentially stating to the world that you represent them. And if you represent them poorly, you can have your membership revoked, and well, that can be quite a blight upon your name.
For non-hostiles, I think she prefers to use her usual charm against them.
That's better at least. At least you look pretty, eh?
I like a good talk.
A nice chat can soothe people's souls, if they're willing to be soothed. Some people require other forms of persuasion. That's what I named my mall, by the way. She taps them all idly. Persuasion.
Oh, that's perfect.
Actually, let me see if I can pull that up here, because I had a name specific. Nah, the Dwarven translator didn't have a Dwarven word for persuasion. I thought I did. I was like, did I have a word for that? Nah.
Fucking cold chill.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna add another note to underneath her name, and it's just completely went. Whoop!
Cold Chill just stole it from you.
Fuck! There we go.
Another Cold Chill brought it back. So, have you considered what you're going to be trying out first to show your skills?
Well, we figured that a local quest might be the easiest.
Quickest to take care of as well as to get paid. Depending on what it is, you may not pay as well as some of the ones that go further out, but I suppose it is good enough, especially starting out. Hopefully the guards don't beat you to it.
It's always fun to have a little sport when it comes down to quests.
True. Very true. Might as well give the guards a fighting chance, eh?
She kind of wiggles her head like, nah.
She holds up her hands together like, very little. But
There
a
you go.
chance. I never said I was giving them a big chance. Just a chance. You see Odini walking over with two mugs, one significantly larger than the other. As he sets them down, he starts sliding the smaller one over, and she just slowly looks at him. He's just like, slides
do
over the
that.
bigger
Oh,
one.
you know better than that, lad.
It's my goal. I can buy for the bigger one if I want it. Yes, but you owe me several drinks. This will make
I
up for
think
a
she'll
chunk
kick
of that.
you again
Oh,
if you don't.
I could do worse.
That's like 2 drinks right there. That's it.
This is a drink and a half.
Millie
Takes
taps
it.
the mug. Maybe.
Maybe. She kind of. At least you got some good stuff. I may take a drink off for that. Starts. She doesn't chug it, but she takes a long draught of it. Just.
Big drink.
You would have thought after the first 5 matches he would have realized he was outclassed.
He's a gambler in his own right. He's not the brightest of them, but he's willing to try.
I admire his persistence.
I admire it too. His tenacity pays for many drinks.
I'm not sure I would call it persistence.
He does win. He does win more than you'd expect. After all, he's only 1 win away from me buying him drinks. In which case, he'd have gotten the bigger drink, and I'd have been willing to acquiesce that.
I'm going to guess that he looks so disappointed.
He does. He's just sipping on his tiny drink, just. Meh. Still good, just. I missed most of what you were talking about, but that's okay. Hold on a second. Let me just. Takes a bigger swallow just to be like. Need that to sucker punch me right in the jaw. It's not late enough in the day for me to get completely smashed, but. What were we talking about?
In what way?
He pulls up the drink.
I was just talking to Linza about the quest that we plan to take.
Oh, I was about to say, if you're about to get ready to start gambling with her, be prepared to lose half your wallet before the day's end.
Oh no, I do not play chess.
She plays other games.
I'm
A
good
few.
at most games.
That being said, you're looking to do something in the city?
We're looking to deal with the underground. What was it? The underground fighting creatures? That's what they said was loose in the back alley.
Yeah, so you're just starting out. You're not able to get to the upper rooms to look at the higher tier stuff yet, obviously.
We haven't even got the paperwork to sign yet, so we can take it.
They're pretty quick about it. They have it's magically, what's the word I'm looking for? It takes care of most of the paperwork without you having to do much, as long as they have a copy that they can just copy off of. Makes life very easy, especially since they can just copy from point A to point B, and you can tell without looking over it too hard if it's forgery or not. Yeah, I'm actually looking to take the job with, are we going with the guards to try and find and bust the actual central location. So if you can find what that creature is, it might actually help us out. Knowing what kind of creature it is means we can know if it's up in the upside of it, or if they're trying to burrow underneath the city to make their own fighting rings, which I don't need to go underground again. I don't want to fight the spiders.
You have a real hatred of spiders, don't you?
I got pinned down by one and it tried to eat me.
That's never a good
No.
anything.
Her eyebrows raised slightly, like, ew.
Yeah, that's what I said. And then I started screaming because it was on top of me and I wanted to be away as quickly as possible.
Millie looks at Nathal. Please, God, set any spider on fire when we first see it.
That will not be a problem.
No good, you got someone with fire magic. I just had kind of nods over to Belinza, and it was like, she took care of it the other way. While I was
Smash it?
appreciative. Yeah. He cried because he got blood on his tunic. I did not cry.
Ever tried talking
Probably
to it?
more- I'm pretty sure he was probably crying because he got pinned by a giant spider, which, in his defense, is
Terrifying.
terrifying.
Where else are you going to get the blood?
A lot of
Not from the
places.
spider.
Preferably not myself.
Yeah.
There's like 3 different
Being
people who
picky.
dislike spiders just looking at Nathal like, no!
Can't be picky.
Hate spiders.
I hear a cling, 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 cling as you see the armored attendant walk out and just thump, 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 set out your paperwork. Sign here and here and here and here. Read through the document if you wish. If you do not, then just know that there's a 2 gold cost for guild membership starting next month. Just show that you are contributing to the guild, so we can continue to bring in the revenue for yourself from those who are paying, such as La Corazon, the people to the north, east, west, south, as I'm sure you are already aware.
How long would it take to read through the document?
If you're reading through the whole thing thoroughly, you can take half an hour. If you're looking through it, just like trying to,
It's like
skim a
reading
few
terms
things,
of service.
basically. If you're wanting to skim through it and trying to see if there's anything stands out, I'd say probably 10 minutes. But that's skimming heavily.
I think I'll just sign.
Okay.
If I had a higher intelligence modder, I'd do it, but I don't, so I'll just sign.
I'm skim reading this.
Okay. Roll an intelligence check.
My intelligent modifier is not 2, but it ain't a 5.
Julius
so...
is gonna try and read it. Why not?
Okay. You as well.
I'll skim it. What the fuck? Why not? Let's see how bad this is.
Okay.
Hey, with my 0, I got a 17. So with you know what I mean? There you go. Apparently we're the lawyers in the group.
Faria, you're starting to skim it, and you get to the part of the first sign, and you're like, nothing's wrong here. You start to read part of the second one, and then your eyes just kind of go to the bottom, and you're like, okay, just sign here. Skim. Okay, sign here. You're basically
Start to read, and no.
it's just
Hereby with the aforementioned link.
yeah, you're just after a certain point, you're just nope.
Exactly like reading terms and service.
Yes, it is. Julius.
Yes, but no one tries to read terms and service.
I
Yes.
do sometimes.
I do try.
Have you ever heard about the guy who paid a lawyer to actually do it for him?
I'm crying.
Yeah, he actually paid a lawyer. It took him a whole year to do all the stuff it would take a normal person to do in a day.
What?
I mean,
If he has money to throw out a lawyer to do that, then holy shit, throw me some.
yeah, please. Julius, as you're skimming through it a little bit, not a little bit, a lot slower than Faria, who's like, I'm gonna read this. Everyone else is just signing on to it, just I'm just getting this done and out of the way. Faria's just I gotta I'm losing track and just signing. You're just I mean, it doesn't have that many these and thous, so I can just skip a couple of that. In it, you find that having a guild pass actually has a few little benefits that, so long as you're on a mission to certain areas, you can be given weapons permits for certain cities. Essentially a carrying permit. You can't conceal weapons, but you can carry them in those areas so long as it shows that you're a member of the guild and that you have a mission to there specifically for the purpose of fighting something there or fighting something in the nearby area. Which is handy if you're needing that. It also means that certain libraries for magic are more willing to be open to you regardless of if you're a mission in the area or not, because of the fact that you have guild affiliation. Granted, they will still keep various records off limits to the public, as those are records that are for the library's purposes only. And Millie, with your 20, you also read a few different things where it mentions that certain inns, if you have guild membership, will actually take care of horse and stable fees by just basically billing the guild rather than yourself. Those generally don't come up too often, but it depends on if you leave your horse there for too long. Then they might come up as an additional fee later on in the future if it's again substantial. That's part of what the 2 gold helps cover, is things like stable fees, so that way you're not without a horse and cart.
Alright.
Yep, cool. No problem. Just letting the notes getting finished. Once you're done, let me know. So once you do that, you're given essentially it's a badge.
I'm a cop! No!
We are all now cops.
Nice.
Yes. Which has the symbol of the guild, which appears to be a feathered serpentine creature with wings outstretched and the hilt of a blade that goes behind the head of it between the coils, and is embroidered with what appears to be either brass or bronze.
I know what the fuck creature it is.
Roll nature or religion. Brass or bronze.
It's both the same.
May I?
Like I had to make sure. I had my headset half put on when I sat down, and I swear I heard him say brass bras, and I'm like, huh?
No, brass or bronze.
That's just armor. The fuck you mean?
Yes, nature
Oh,
or
the good
religion
old
check.
Okay.
female RPG armor.
Exactly.
Ooh.
Is
This-
that the new version of a breastplate?
Y'all wish.
Oh god.
This creature is unfamiliar to you. Millie. Nathala, you've heard of the creature's description, but you don't know its name. You know that it's not a beast or your average creature. There's something special about it, but you don't know what it is off the top of your head.
What
Think I
does
have
it
a-
look like again?
A feathered serpentine creature. So it's got feathers like wings that come off of it, but it's got what is quite deliberately showing that it has a serpentine body that wraps around the blade.
Quetzalcoatl? The winged serpent?
Are you saying that in character? Because in character you would know nothing about that.
Probably not, no. I was just making sure I understood it out of character's description.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, it looks like that. I'm like, wait, is that something that Julius is asking, or I was just making sure? I'm like,
I don't think
Julius randomly blurts out the name of the creature. Everyone looks at him like, what the fuck?
the name of the creature that it looks like. It looks like that, yes.
that's, based on Mayan.
Hmm.
So that's not, you know what I mean? Exactly a crossover type thing.
Exactly. Yes, it is essentially a feathered serpent. Don't hurt yourself.
It just
I
dropped
think
my
in-
dice.
Julius looks at it and goes, Julius thinks that would make a nice tattoo.
I think I have enough tattoos.
A few people look and actually get stuff like that. Kind of glances over and shakes his head as Billings kind of just shrugs and just rolls up a sleeve and shows that she has exactly that tattooed on her arm. Makes passage into places a little bit easier if you can have it magically
Just so?
sealed. Well, you have to have it magically sealed first, so that way when people actually check it, they can verify that it is in fact guild approved. Don't lose it.
Must have been expensive.
It can
Pyria
Hmm?
Pyria squints at the tattoo and then casts minor illusion to make it look like the creature is moving.
So suddenly it looks like the snake's just like shifting ever so slightly. It's kind of badass when it moves.
It's like that SpongeBob episode where the dude flexes and wriggles a tattoo.
Mm-hmm. Maybe she's just flexing really hard.
Do I have to roll something to know that's minor illusion, or do I just know free?
I'm gonna, at the end,
Investigation.
when her minor illusion runs out, I'm gonna cast mine to make it stick its tongue out. Like, so it's gonna finish the motion and then look at the person and stick its tongue out.
Oh boy.
What's your spell save modifiers?
14.
13.
Yeah, you're able to figure out that it's a minor illusion.
Okay.
Like at first you're like, man, is she just flexing really? And then like you're looking at it, you're just like, and then you see it stick its
Especially
tongue
when
out, and you're just like,
yeah.
yep, that's That's Julius. It's a minor illusion.
Well, only partially.
You did the tongue sticking.
Yes, the tongue sticking out part was Julius. She
They
rolls
didn't
her
say
sleeve
anything.
down.
She didn't rat out either of them.
Yeah, she
But
rolls
you were smiling.
Yeah, she rolls her sleeve down. Just it's something that you prefer to get higher up, because if you're using a higher guild membership, you can losing your guild badge can be consequential.
There has to be at least one person who's gotten that tattooed as tramp stamp.
Not me.
Oh, not you.
Not yet, at least.
Hey,
The worst part is part of me just went, man, that makes a decent target.
bullseye.
No.
So, you're now officially members. Go at that board and go show yourself what you're worth.
Yeah.
I have to show myself what I'm worth now.
Showing us what you're worth means that you're showing us what you can do. Figuring out what you're worth for yourself, it's more rewarding.
Really will stand
Aria
up for that
also
idea.
nudges him in the side and says, and also, when we show them what we're worth, they'll pay you for it.
Okay, Julius is interested.
I just imagine he's just like, God, he's straight at the quest board like, yes!
Money? Ah, yes. What is Millie doing?
Millie will pat Adini on the shoulder before she heads to the quest board. Not gambling anymore today, you've lost enough.
Let's join Julius.
Oh no.
Alright, so you're picking up that hunting quest?
Mhm.
Alright. So it mentions the southern side of the city, which the southern side of the city is one of the more suburban type of places. Still plenty of buildings for suburb. Plenty of buildings like a general mart, a few areas where like there's businesses, other businesses and such. Some people actually work out of their homes in the area. So you'll see like a 2-3 story building that'll have like a mercantile place that's clearly 1 story, and then people will be moving about on the upper stories where they live.
Oh.
Hmm.
Yep.
Reminds me of some of the taverns here. We have apartments above the bars.
Yeah. That's kind of what it's based off of. And then, of course, there's another tavern with an inn above it. But you guys are looking around trying to figure things out. So how are you guys going about it?
What details did the quest give exactly?
Back alleys.
Back alleys,
Back alleys at southern end.
and that it was a creature that is not native.
Hmm.
Does it say if it's like targeting anyone or anything?
Specifically, no, but it has attacked a few animals that were left out at night, and
It seems like it's going around at night then in that case.
seems to be.
Okay, so
I want to vote that we go and talk to some people.
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Is I'm gonna go ask questions, see if anyone's like try and see if there's a general area that it's been happening in, not just the southern part of the city.
Of course. Alright, so you go towards that area and you start talking to a few people. Make an investigation check.
Darn.
Or
Just
a
him or all of us?
general charisma check. Whoever's
I will-
looking around, you can either make one of those 2 rolls.
I will just make
So
it
happy you
charisma
didn't
check.
keep it to investigation.
I remember your modifier.
Oh shit! Nice.
Billy!
Millie knows what she's looking for.
Boop.
Yeah!
You are all very investigative
Dang, we
people.
killing it.
Not bad. Not bad at all. Right. So, going around and speaking with various people, you are able to hear people be like, "Oh yeah, well I remember Jezediah. Their dog was out, and well, dog wasn't there the next morning. When they ran out to try and find it, well they found the chain, and they found no dog. So yeah, that was." And but with the natural 20, you are able to basically start narrowing it down further and further until you're able to actually pinpoint it to a region that's basically it. When they said the southern area, they thought it was a lot more spread out than it was, but as you're actually narrowing it down, you realize it's maybe within 3-4 mile block in radius, by the way. So it's still a very big area to search, but considering...
But it's definitely smaller than the entire southern half of a city.
Oh yeah. Much, much, much easier than that.
They've established a hunting ground.
Essentially.
Who's the... Okay, after this person's animal was attacked, who else animal was attacked?
They mentioned a few other people whose animals were attacked. They mentioned hearing the sound of like what sounded like 2 cats fighting, and then just like, you know, that high-pitched yowl you hear when a cat's supposed to lose. They like, yeah, I heard that, and then all of a sudden I heard a crunching sound, and I'm just like, maybe they got hit by a cart. But I didn't hear no carts coming by, so didn't think much of it until the next morning. Didn't see no cats.
Okay, I think it has a thing for small creatures.
Small creatures are the easiest, but if they're dating dogs...
How big was the dog?
A dog was about medium-sized.
Yeah.
It was like a mastiff.
Oh yeah, they ain't after just small creatures.
No.
Many jokes holding back.
Stop it!
No.
Go for it, Sam. I approve.
I know exactly what joke he's about to fucking make.
Do it, do it, do it.
No.
What, you can't hate any animal that eats pussy?
Yeah! Yes, Sam!
How did I not realize that was coming?
Why
I
is
don't
it
know,
so
but I was
awkward?
hoping that he'd be above it, but no.
This is,
God.
No, when
Yeah!
I'm being antagonized, no.
so based
Stop
on
antagonizing him.
all of the people we've talked to,
I have no regrets.
we have a good idea where we should be looking.
It gives you an idea, yes.
Is there a pattern to the attacks?
It's usually at night. I've heard that a few people had a few creatures that have gone missing during the day. I thought we were out of winter, but you know, it's been a lot more frost that's been showing up lately, and we've been hoping that it's going to melt away soon. It's made finding some of these creatures a little bit harder because there's not really as many tracks and such. It's like walking on ice and such. It doesn't leave prints like a snowfall does.
Or if any of the animals managed to injure the creatures that have been attacking.
Not that we've seen, but if they have, by all means, you can look around and see.
I'll explore a little bit to see if maybe potentially I can hear or spot anything out of the usual.
Roll a perception check.
I had
I'll
a
have
thought
more.
just now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm going. Firia is through ritual cast Find Familiar to change Rolo's form to an owl.
Okay. So you have the components for doing that. The 25 gold worth
10?
of.
It's 10.
10? Oh, is it only 10? Oh, 10 gold. My apologies. 10 gold worth of incense and whatnot. Okay.
No.
No.
So you got the
I hate
incense.
laptops so much. No.
Julius,
I will just cast it then.
Which you
Just-
still need that in order to.
Yeah,
to
that's
do
the
that.
materials.
Oh,
Julius is familiar, can
okay.
do that. And he can also
Things
not be seen.
that- Okay.
Hmm.
Julius snaps his finger. Reynard can do that.
Change form?
Well, can fly and turn invisible.
Having two sets of eyes, much better when you search than one. You cannot help.
I think we have more than two.
2 eyes in the sky, that is.
There you go. Well, if you could send Reynard up, I'll have Mwansi check out on the ground as well.
Okay. He just... Reynard, without even saying a word, just starts to walk up into the air.
Dun, 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 dun. Just starts walking up.
Really
Alright.
just watched him go up for a second, like, okay.
Alright, so you have him going to search the air.
Yeah,
And
did we take a short rest while we were waiting for paperwork?
I'd say yes, you can take a short
Okay.
rest before then.
I think that means I get my healing light back. Nope!
I'm
That's-
going to
that's-
roll
that's-
home
Healing light
dice.
is long
Long
rest.
rest.
Healing
Okay.
light is long rest.
Yeah, I'm good then. I have spells, but nothing else.
So currently I have an 18 for perception rolling home dice.
18.
I don't know. Should I roll separately for Mwansi or does he give me advantage?
Up to you.
Even.
I'll roll separately for him. Let's see. Get that yellow dice. That is a 19.
Ooh.
So 18 for me, 19 from the lizard.
Alright, and from
That was 7 for me. Let's see what Reynard gets.
That's performance.
yeah, that's not perception, that's performance.
I said you're wondering, like, why did Sam roll performance? What?
But he did better than me!
Sam, it's performance!
Oh,
No, wisdom's correct for the familiar, just not for himself.
I'm saying Sam rolled performance.
Yes. No, I'm aware. I'm saying, it rolled better than him.
Nope, still
still 7.
Oh my god.
Oh
Look
my
at that consistency.
I mean, you gotta love the consistency, right? Right?
Okay.
Oh my goodness. Oh, that's beautiful.
Fail. Oh, it's Butters. Okay.
Alright, so looking around at first, Reynard and Julius are like, yeah, we got this. And then Julius starts, like nodding his head and just like, and Renard's like invisibly just kind of following around behind him, like, I'm keeping an eye out, like basically like backwards floating through the air. And then when you finally like pause to like kind of like look around, all of a sudden you feel something bump into the back of your head. You're like, there's something behind me. And Reynard does the same thing and just kind of, you're both like looking back, and Reynard sees you just like, oh, I was supposed to be doing that. I'm invisible. No, you don't see me. As you're just like, what was that? What was that? Something's out here.
I'm sorry, but I just imagined Reynard just floating above Julius's head. But like he's laying on his back in the air and just spinning around like, yeah.
Wee.
you're supposed to be looking at the floor, not the stars!
Maybe it can fly.
And, so, did something actually touch me?
Yes, Reynard.
Oh, okay. Making sure, like, so yeah. Julius not finding nothing.
Oh, let's just blinker loop while everyone's doing stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'll do the find familiar as well. Go owl. Look through the owl's eyes. Am I using? Would that be my perception or
If you're using your familiars, then it would be your familiars. If you're using yours, it would be yours. So if you're using your eyes, then yours.
I'm using familiars, so.
Okay. And don't worry, Paris, I'll get to you in 1C in a second.
Take your time.
Okay, I need to change that.
Do you need a new animal form page for
I
you?
got it. That's a wisdom.
Unless it's proficient in perception.
It has advantage in wisdom and in perception checks that rely on
Wicked.
hearing
Yep.
plus.
And it does have a proficiency in it, so it has +3 to it. Here, hold on a second. Let me just help you out with that just real quick.
Sure.
So are we all rolling to investigate?
Everyone who wants to.
Okay. Alright.
I imagine not the ones who already did.
Yes, the ones who already did have rolled. And let me put this in. Where is Faria? Under assets, and there you go. Rollo is now an owl, and you have access to your owl sheet.
So do I just click advantage and then wisdom?
Perception. There should be a thing that specifically states
Perception
perception. Yes.
perception plus 3.
Yes. So you just advantage and then not bad. Okay. So the owl takes off flying above. Right now it is partway through the day, since you did arrive fairly early in the day, but close enough to noon to be rolling into late day. You looking? I'm guessing you're looking through your familiar's eyes as this is going on to get a bird's eye view.
Yes. Sorry. Before I would have. Before I jumped into the eyes, I probably. I imagine Fyria wouldn't have expected to go blind in her own self. So the minute that the owl takes off, Fyria's arms just kind of snap out and grab someone. Just grabs like, oh, this is weird.
So Faria just grabs someone at random and just like, yeah. And she is currently effectively blind and deafened, but she is quite able to see and hear things through the owl as it flies over. The owl just kind of flapping around, moving around, just getting a sense of things.
Oh, this is very strange. This is very weird.
It looks around, keeping an eye on things. It lands on a roof, just kind of peek around at things. It hears the bustle of the city. Kind of tilts its head back and looks around, acting as owlishly as it can as it looks over and sees a few areas where street cats and street dogs, creatures and such, are looking like they're moving around as quickly as they can, seeming to be almost a sense of hypervigilance. You are able to catch them with your perception roll. And you notice that they seem to be moving away from a more western area of the area you're currently in.
Okay.
So still within that bubble, just more west of where you currently are.
Suspicious as fuck!
Well, away from the west, and then as you're about to take off, you see that a few others seem to be moving rapidly away from the south.
So southwestish.
So it seems.
Fyria raises an arm. Is that way? Oh, I'm sorry. Whoever I just hit. I'm sorry. It's
Whoever I just
South-
hit?
She raised her arm to point and she just smacked someone.
Oh!
She's blind. She can't see anyone, so she just hits someone. Probably not hard, but just whack.
I kind of want you to roll a dice to decide who she hit in the face.
Okay.
I mean, I've got D6s. I could. Okay.
Let it.
Nathala.
I rub my eye and I say, "It is alright. I am very used to taking hits."
Kinky.
This is new information that I would enjoy.
They don't really respond to that, but they.
We're just like,
Yeah, she can't hear me.
Fyra can't hear anyone, so they don't respond to anyone. They just say southwest.
I pat her gently on the arm.
While all this is going down, as Millie and Monsi are starting to look around, keep an eye on things, obviously there's a lot of hustle and bustle of people, probably to the point that it should keep most dangers at bay if they're not so brazen or hungry as to attack people. And if they're attacking something in the night, maybe that they are able to get enough that they're not yet attacking people, but small creatures are not going to cut it. As you're looking around, just keeping your eyes out, trying to be aware and vigilant, you eventually notice that there's a few different markings, little flashes of frost crystals across a wall, unnaturally so, that look like it's heading southward. And you see where a few roof tiles have been kind of scratched and scuttled, with the marks seeming to indicate something heading more westward.
wait, okay, tiles in the roof are missing?
Yes, and one of them, like several of them have been fallen off, but when you look up and see where they fall off them and kind of back up to see them, you see like one or two of them have like markings in them from where something had probably gripped into and possibly clawed at, that look like it's moving in more of a westernly direction.
Do they look at all recent?
I mean, it's on the roof. You'd have to climb up to the roof to see them better.
You think I'm not fucking climbing up the roof?
Make an athletics check.
You got this. Woo!
Oh, is she on that roof?
You managed to get into a position where you can kind of just parkour a little bit, pushing off of one wall to another, and you just kind of get to a point where you can kind of grab hold of it, pull yourself up, and it's not like some of the rock climbing you did back home. The walls are a little bit too sheer for that, but you're able to get up there, and you're able to get onto the second story roof. If it was the third story, the DC would have been higher.
Naturally.
But even then, a
DC
25 would have done it.
I was about to say, like, if it's higher and it's not able to be done by a 25, then I would have just fell.
No, you made it up. And, yep, go ahead.
I'm going to look more thoroughly at some of the mark.
Roll a survival check.
Alright. Yeah, that's about right.
It's tile. Tile doesn't lend itself well to telling age of things. I mean, it looks recent enough. There's not any water damage to the inside of the scratch marks, meaning that it hasn't rained and it hasn't snowed. Actually, no, it did rain. So this... It's pretty dry on the inside, so possibly in the last couple of days, since the rain only stopped that long ago.
That should have been within the past day. We've only been here for like a day or two, and it was raining right before we arrived.
Yep, and it took you a few days to get there, from there. Because I rolled to see if there was anything through those days that had happened.
I will follow the tracks along the roof.
They jumped to the next roof.
Alright. Athletics or acrobatics?
Are you trying to do a long jump?
Yep.
What's your strength modifier?
4.
So, 18?
Oh, you said modifier.
I meant a strength score.
Yes, 18.
Roll an athletics check. I'm guessing you're getting the 10 feet of... Okay.
Yeah.
18.
You thankfully slam into the wall rather than hit it and just fall down because it's a 20-foot gap.
Oh well.
But you slam chest first into it and you keep your arms on it just like, ugh, as the wind just knocked out of you. Yeah, you're again, you just barely make that jump.
She'll shake her head and pull
Just
herself up.
watching all of them from the ground going, that looks stupid.
Yes, it is!
Which, as you like grip onto it and you like put your hand down to push yourself up, your hand slip for half a second. As you look down, you see more of those marks, but deeper, as though something else tried to do something similar. And
it fell.
it doesn't look like it fell because you can see more of it leading across the rooftop, meaning that it probably had the same instance of impact and then tried to grip onto it before pushing itself back up.
Alright. Do they keep going across the roof?
Yes. Which, as you're getting up to, pulling yourself up and getting yourself up, you hear someone from below just like, if you don't get out my roof, I'm going to come up there and beat your ass!
I'll be just a moment, sir.
What the hell?
It's also a woman.
You kind of, if you do peek over the edge to see,
She does.
you see this old man just shoving his head out and just look up at you just like, what are you doing on my roof? I thought you were another raccoon up there.
Sir, I don't think there was a raccoon on your roof last.
Sure there was. I've been hearing raccoons scuttling around my place all year. Big one, nasty one got up there last night, and I was just like, man, that thing needs to go away.
Is he like on a balcony?
No,
Essentially,
he just shoved himself out the window to stare up at you.
Can I make my way to the edge of the window?
Sure. He's looking at you like, what the, hi!
Hi. Last night you said?
Yeah! Big sucker, too.
We're investigating an issue with... Whew. Okay, sorry, hang on. Okay. We're with the guild investigating that issue.
What
with
issue?
The creatures that are coming around and eating people's pets.
Oh, the disappearing pets issue. Yeah, we heard about that. Heard about old Jimmy Bob up the way.
I have reason to believe that the creature was on your roof, so I had to investigate.
On my roof? I ain't got no pets. Except
They might
for
have been trying to escape.
little Goldie. Little Goldie ain't going nowhere. Kind of
What
leans
is little
back and
Goldie?
he points into the room, and you can see a little fishbowl. Little goldfish.
That's perfect, I knew it!
Gosh.
I don't think that one's in trouble.
I believe little Goldie will be perfectly safe.
She better be. I've been taking care of her for the last week.
Why is this so funny?
It's amazing. I got her from one of them coastal rift sailors. Have you ever seen a rift sailor? Oh man, I heard that they're supposed to be real big, but apparently sometimes they'll catch like these little things, like points at the goldfish, and I mean they're not really big enough to eat, and I mean unless you're gonna feed them, as food to another creature. They're pretty serviceable for just having someone you can talk to without looking at you like you're crazy. Like old Jimmy Bob up the way. He's crazy and he needed something a little bit more sustainable than this. I was considering getting him one, but I preferred to get one for myself first to see if it actually worked. And little Goldie, oh man, I've had him for only a week. He don't shit on the floor. He don't piss on my bed. It's the cleanest pet I've ever had. It's amazing.
This old man clearly needs someone to talk to. And while I would be more than happy to sit and talk to this old man for hours on end, I unfortunately have a job to do.
Yes, you do. And you're currently hanging off the side of the roof.
Alright, sir, if you don't mind, I would like to get back up on your roof so that I can see where exactly these creatures went.
Yeah, go find it. Jimmy Bob is probably crying his eyes out about losing his pet. Find out what's taking it, please. Probably some thugs thinking that they can just sling at him and whatnot and be like, this is funny. Stupid kids. And puts himself back in. Opens it up again. And get off my roof, please. I can't have people walking around up there. They're going to scare little Goldie. Thump.
I will
Closes
just
the
a
door.
moment.
Closes the window, I mean.
They just
But
see
it-
her turn back and look slightly at the group like, I don't know what just happened, but I'm just going to pretend it didn't.
Yeah, you all heard that, by the way.
Except for Faria.
Except for Firea. Well, you kind of heard it, because you heard it like in the distance, but you heard just some guy going... Because you're flying around as a barn owl right now, and you're not. Your familiar is. So you just hear it off in the distance. You kind of look over, you can see it, and you're just like, you just see this guy just poking his head out. You just see just Millie on the roof, and you're just like, tilts her head slightly, just like, huh, okay.
What? Okay, that happens.
I'll keep following the markings.
You keep following him. There's another roof you leap over to. This one's a little bit closer, which is a little bit easier for you guys. Hop, hop, hop.
I guess we're just following her as she parkours.
Essentially, you're kind of having to drag Faria along because otherwise they're going to not be.
Yeah.
They're just gonna be standing in the middle of the street, just like, guys, I found it,
You
guys,
got them.
guys.
Oh, Lord.
Which thankfully Nathala's got her and got him, and is just I was going to say got her hand on Faria, but I was like, you probably just like are
Hand on the
guiding-
back.
Yeah, that. Like that you know, phrasing. Hand on the back, keeping them moving forward without running into anything. Eventually, you get to a point where you can see where there's a significant, like not crunch, but like a grip into the side of the roof, and the next roof does not have any markings that indicate it moved to that roof.
So there's just a chunk missing from some guy's roof?
Not a chunk, like they gripped a hold of it and moved itself to where it probably leapt down.
I will head down to investigate then.
Okay, roll another survival check.
Back! There we go.
Oh
This-
dear.
It's not super hard to look around and see that something impacted what that was. I mean, it just looks like a big dent. They've got essentially an area of disposing various items which can be picked up and moved away somewhere. You're not sure how the city operates with that particular facet, but something dented into this bin. Bigger than you at least.
Does it look like there are potential more claw markings or frost nearby?
Not currently. You've gotten to a point where there's, I mean, if it was moving around, it was on like cobblestone, and it does not look like those claw markings are as prominent, and there's no frost markings in this direction. It was heading basically straight west this whole time. When you've gotten to an area where there's like a small grouping of trees and a few different things where like it looks like children can play, like swing sets and whatnot.
Jesus!
Oh no. Did these well, no, fair enough to ask. You said when Firea was looking through their familiar's eyes earlier that there was a rush of small creatures like cats and whatnot going two very distinct directions, like two very distinct groups. You said some of them were going west,
Away from
away
the
from
west.
the west, and then also away from the south.
Yeah.
So the stand of trees, is it in the south? Is it in the
West.
southerly? Okay. But there's nothing leading to that direction, you said?
There's no no frost marks, no unnatural frost marks leading to the west. Only the claw marks.
Okay. Well, we got a trail, I guess.
Yeah, because the frost marks looked like they were heading more south.
Are there still frost marks heading south?
If Firea is looking through the eyes and is following that, she can look around and see. Unless Firea
I'm
is
doing
keeping... You're doing that? Okay. Roll another
Yep.
perception check. Through your owl, of course, with advantage. Natural 20. Yes. You distinctly see these markings, and as you're like going around from place to place, just keeping an eye out, you hover over an area where it looks like there's a bit more of these frost marks across the area, and there's a nearby bin, and as you're kind of like hopping, looking around, you kind of pause as you see it's hard to see at first, but with the bird's sharp eyes you're actually able to catch it, of a large canine creature, wolfish in nature, with almost a crystalline white fur that's kind of just curled up, taking a little bit of a nap underneath some garbage and such like that, where it appears to have just kind of snuggled in to rest. But every breath it takes, there's a faint frost from each breath.
Oh my god.
There is no fucking way.
Oh, but I think there is.
Firea just Firea grabs hold of whoever's holding her and just kind of
Oh.
starts batting them. It's just like, I found a thing. I found a thing. I found a thing.
Found a thing.
I think she has found something.
Is there a reason she's hitting you dead in the chest?
It's in that direction. It's icy. It's a big wolf. It's asleep right now.
Do I know what?
that is?
Right, I was about to say.
Nature check.
Okay.
Yo!
I think that's a yes for you.
No. I'm just going. I
Maybe.
found the thing.
Anyone else want to roll that?
Sure, let's try. Nature?
Nature.
I'll give it a go.
It looks like a fluffy puppy.
No.
It's a 4.
I mean, she described it as a wolf, so it must be a wolf. And Faria's just like, yeah, it's a wolf.
It's a doggo.
It's big pupper.
I mean,
Nathala-
I would have described that it
Mhm.
was icy.
Mhm.
Just that icy wolf.
Yep, Nathala, and of course by proxy Millie, you've heard from different sources, essentially travelers' tales of people who have gone out during the winter and had to be on guard, more on point, because while wolves are always dangerous, their more dangerous variant, winter wolves, are more dangerous. Creatures that they say are immune to the cold, that they can freeze you with a glance. They can run you down even if you think that you are on the fastest horse. Although some people say that that's complete speculation due to the fact that they're still alive. But it's all speculation.
She looks at Nathala. We can't kill that. We can knock it out, injure it so it's not conscious, take it somewhere, but I'm not killing that.
Ooh, maybe we should make it to a pet.
No.
What? It's all fluffy and adorable.
It's a wolf.
Julius thinks
I don't
we have
think
enough
have
pets
much of a
also.
choice. We cannot let that thing continue
Less
to roam
battalion.
around the city.
I never said that we would just let it continue to roam.
But
But that
Talon,
is a rare, amazing creature. We
but
can't
Talon
just
wants a
murder
pet.
Huh?
it. But Talon wants a pet. Oh god.
Hey, Butters.
Butters.
Colin does want a pet, but what kind of pet is it?
It's a
a
fucking
wolf.
winter wolf.
Try to tame.
See, he's gonna try and tame it.
A wolf is not meant to be had as a pet.
I
People
have
aren't
many
meant to
other
go fighting dragons. Welcome to the adventurer's life.
Dragons are meant to be a pet.
Let's go find this creature.
What's your passive perceptions?
Wait.
16.
Quick question.
11.
12. But real quick, Guru, you said there were also claw marks coming from going into the opposite direction to that stand of trees where it looks like children might play.
Mhm.
Was there anything over there that we can see?
What's your passive perception? Yours is 12, you said?
Yes.
And Batalon, what's Batalin's?
I'm not wise.
Oh no, Butters.
Butters.
Yes.
Also Fyria.
No.
Does my passive perception count in this instance?
Yes, it counts in this instance.
Oh, okay. It's 12.
Excuse me.
Bless you.
What was I asked?
What is
What's
your
your
passive
passive?
perception?
Sheet open.
You need me to look it up for you?
Yes, please.
No problem.
He's on mobile roll 20, the devil.
Ah.
Oh.
Alright. Yeah, you all hear it. A very shrill, high-pitched screaming.
I will bolt towards that noise.
It's in the grove
Oh,
of
boy.
trees.
Okay, let's go over there.
If it's
And
sleeping,
then you also hear, as you're bolting, like at first you hear that scream, and then you hear a loud snarling. Like
also from the
a
strand
roar.
of trees.
Same strand of trees.
I'm
Okay.
still running.
I'm aware of that. I'm just letting you know what you're hearing.
No,
Oh,
snap.
Can't
It's
see.
danger. Let's run towards it, everyone.
Fiery
I
can't
just
see
imagine-
any of us.
Do I need to pick up Freya?
No, I've got Fyria, but what I'm trying to have Fyria keep the owl watching the winter wolf, so we don't lose sight of it. But I'm trying to figure out how to convey that because Fyria can't hear or see anything.
I mean, she will assume technically that we just want her to keep watch on the wolf.
I suppose
someone-
so.
Yeah, that will happen until someone picks them up, at which point they will drop, because being picked up is a sign that
Okay,
something's gone wrong.
I won't pick Fyria up, but I will lead them in a direction. Very quickly, but no picking up.
No picking up. Gotcha.
Okay.
So
Okay.
you're just being briskly escorted. You're just like, quite a brisk pace. We must be on the trail. Not sure if we're going in the right direction, but sure. I'm following you. Please don't run me into anything. You know, as one does.
As one does.
Yep.
I will trust these people for now.
For now.
Let's do this.
Alright, so you guys are entering the grove of trees. 1 second here.
Carefully. Not just trying to run into
Mm,
something here, especially because I'm leading somebody else.
I mean,
That's
that's you.
Everyone else is just. By the way,
Yeah.
comic. In
Yes.
response to what you said, I just imagined Athal like sprinting after the others, like, yeah, sure, let's run towards the danger. This is fine. Just like in the most sarcastic manner.
No, that was Julius.
Oh no. I can't tell, you two sound so similar. I'm sorry.
It's fine.
You're fine. So you begin crashing into this area. It's not super dense, so you're able to move between them pretty quick. And you're not able to be very stealthy with it because you're just hearing dry wood just snap underfoot as you're just crashing through. You hear the sound of something making a kind of a hissing sound as you crash into a somewhat condensed area. There's a bit of openness, enough for you guys to be able to actually move around and see what's going on. As you see what appears to have been a rope ladder into like a little treehouse that had been set up, and at the base of it, well, up in it, you see a little kid who's like grabbing onto the treehouse, like screaming and just looking absolutely terrified. At the bottom of it, you see the body of what appears to be a male humanoid who is just on the ground. You have no idea if he's alive or dead. And standing with one claw on its back, on that humanoid's back, is a large, muscle-ripped feline creature with two particularly elongated fangs as it just
Oh, goody.
Roll-
These guys
we're rolling
really
initiative.
all out.
It's a super kitty.
It's a super kitty!
roll
Oh,
initiative.
those are some big old trees.
Where do we drop ourselves?
Yeah.
You guys are in the. Gosh dang it! 1 second. Let me
Damn it.
get this real quick.
Jesus, that's a big ass tree.
Right.
Yeah. Also, just so you're aware, these are just the trunks of the trees.
What
These
the
are not-
heck?
What?
All I can. Every time someone says that's a big ass whatever, all I can think is that meme.
From
What are
Red
you doing?
Dead.
I am doing my eyebrows. That's a big ass mirror. I have big ass eyebrows.
Oh, dear.
There we go. Alright. Let me refresh
Dang,
this page real
like a
quick.
Tree mansion up there.
I mean, it's connected to another treehouse, which I'll actually put where the treehouse is in 1 second here. Let me drop this quote-unquote kitty cat on here real quick.
Fuck me.
Oh, biggie.
I thought you said binky. And I'm like, excuse me?
Pinky and the brain.
Any of us know what this thing is?
Right now you're rolling initiative.
Okay.
Hold up.
Wait, where are we dropping in? At the bottom, you said?
Let me ping, dang it.
Here.
Yep,
Yes, sir.
over here. I need to make it so that your token actually has
No, I did
the
not.
thing aura on it all the time. 1 second. I thought I had done that.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
For the moment.
Welcome
We're
back.
rolling
Dude.
initiative, butters.
No clue.
Roll that for me.
Will do. 1 second. Let me
I ain't want nothing. I just.
you
That's
select the
accurate.
token.
Well, I wasn't up to anything. Just doing my whole Talir thing, really.
When's school out?
I believe it is 3 weeks.
Alright, that's sure
It's 3 weeks from now.
Get his initiative on here. Battalion got a 9.
Third.
23rd.
What? What the fuck?
Mwansi on point.
Wansi ready to go. Faria, Nathala, Millie, Battalion, Wansi, Creature.
Probably third.
Top of the round will be for them. Millie, you are at the start of the initiative.
Where is this person?
Yes,
Person
sir.
is. Let me drop that on here
Actually,
like I said I
ready to
would.
break
My
that.
apologies.
KJ graduation.
I heard that part. And you said the 23rd?
Comic, we can hear you, man.
Oh.
Maybe. Next.
Oh.
This is not doing the
Okay.
dimensions justice. Give me 1 second here.
The third. That's on the third.
Mm-hmm.
Probably
They're up here.
gonna be early Thursday.
Child
Okay.
is or the person?
The child. The person is pinned underneath this creature's claws.
Alright, that's all.
Oh,
So
great.
it's right
Get out of
roughly
Let's go with
here.
graduation.
Okay.
Alright, talk to you.
Alright. See you, Deb.
Cause I'm about to do something real stupid.
Oh dear.
Up. I'm too zoomed in. There we go.
We
I'm
now people
about to
can
do
see it.
something
well.
real stupid.
We do stupid well, so let's start
We
this.
really do.
Oh boy.
Yes, the kid is up in
I can-
this area. I'm gonna move
I
to
can
the-
Ah,
touch
God damn it.
the humanoid if I move up to the saber tooth, correct?
You can attempt to, but you wouldn't be able to on this turn. And
Ah,
like I
okay.
said,
Where
it
is
is
he?
currently
Ping him.
the person who is pinned underneath this creature. It is standing on top of him.
I am
Yes,
very aware of this.
Yes.
If you can
so
get
you
the-
would,
However,
you would be basically be doing an attempted grapple.
I'm not trying
against
to
this
grab
creature.
the person.
Hmm.
I'm trying to heal this person to make sure he's not fully dead.
Paris, if you get the creature off of him, I can heal him.
I can't shoulder barge this big bitch.
I mean, you're familiar. Kitty,
kitty.
He's a medium creature right now. You see the problem here.
Hmm.
Ah, YOLO. Okay.
That is
Oh, we
always
talking.
the correct response. Danger.
Oh, we talking YOLO.
YOLO.
Okay, I have a plan.
Wait,
then.
hold up. Hold up. Oh no, I mean YOLO for me. You gotta do whatever the hell you want.
Wait, I got a 40, but
That's-
I'm at the bottom.
I am not next to it. Here. I'm moving over here. Or attempting.
Hey,
Okay.
Dan, you want me to sling something into rhythm?
I'm slinging something. Give me a second. There we go.
Mhm.
I am going to try and get it to move away from the humanoid. Essentially, I'm playing bait.
Oh boy.
This is gonna hurt like hell. If it works.
For your, just make an animal handling check. Essentially, for your taunt.
Oh God! Roll 20, please. Don't fail me. Don't fail me.
It's going to turn order.
Oh.
Oh God damn it!
Can't beg with roll 20. Doesn't work.
Roll 20. Here's no please. Can I
Right.
move this over here? Can. Just need to zoom in slightly. There we go. Trying to make sure everyone can see the turn order as it's
I've
through,
offered
so.
to blow roll 20 and it gave me nothing back.
So, Monsi, what's he doing?
I'm assuming Wansi would try and tackle the fucker. So I'm assuming that's a
that's on you.
grapple-esque thing.
It's a shove.
Well, we'll
It's
try
a
and shove him
contested
back.
strength check. So, roll
Contested
a
strength or athletics, because he's
Athletics.
proficient in athletics.
athletics.
Good boy!
Ooh, lad.
What a boy!
And you're trying to just push him back.
Yeah.
Just drop a child in here. All right.
Yes!
Let me zoom in on the child.
Zoom in on the child!
He's reading.
They were
When he
reading.
said- When he said drop a child, I all I could think was like a massive ass like god hand just dropping a child into the tree.
Wait. So,
So now I
where's
can-
the child?
The child is up in the trees, right here, up here. So they are currently not in danger, but they're the one who is screaming.
That is all I can currently do with Monty, so this would be interesting on what it does to either of us.
So you tried to taunt it, and then once basically like looked at you, just like, "What the hell are you doing?" Ugh! As it just got shoulder checked by this dragonoid creature, as it is not happy that it got shoulder checked, to say the least.
How high in the tree is the child?
Probably a good 30 feet up.
Okay.
All right. Let me roll this here because now it's got. It just moves over and just steps up right on top of that person again, just slamming its claw down.
Motherfucker!
It's not actually. Is it able to? Let's see. 1 second here. Yep, it's not attacking the person just yet, but it is going from 1C. That will hit.
Oh, don't nat 20 me, please.
It's
don't
not
say
a
that.
nat 20. It's a 21
Okay.
to
Okay.
hit.
That's still better than a nat 20. Still hurts like hell, but you know.
Yeah, it's still gonna hurt like hell. Yeah, yes, it is. 4. I think roll 20 was a little drunk when it was making this sheet because it did the damage wrong. Thankfully, I noticed.
Mhm.
Because otherwise that'd be a little bit more. 11 points of slashing damage as it claws at him.
Okay.
Alright. And that is the creature's turn. Actually.
Guru, I got a 14, but I'm still.
Are you not on the initiative list again? Hold on.
I am.
It's on the list, it's just not in the right place.
You're not on the
Oh, you rolled it
list,
after
anyone.
you rolled it after I changed the number thing. No worries, it happens. Thank you for letting me
My
know.
bad.
Nope, thank you for letting me know. I'm gonna roll something real quick. The person on the ground gets bit into.
Oh, come on. How is he looking?
I mean, he just got bit into by like
Okay, what just
large
happened?
knife size. After smacking 1C, it leaned down and bit into the person.
Oh, this guy.
Nathala, it is your turn.
You damn right it is.
But
Okay.
if they're bitten, are they still grappled?
No, it is currently he is prone and he is unconscious. So there's no contesting its space. So it just stood on top of him, smacked 1C, and then leaned down to try and bite. And it looks like he's going to try and grapple and drag the person away.
Okay.
Guru, how close am I to that thing?
Currently you're within 30 feet, but it's not your turn.
That was my turn. It's blinded as soon as it goes to attack it.
Oh. I mean, he's with advantage on the ground, so it'd just be a straight roll. That still hits.
Alright, worth a shot.
Yep,
Nice
no worries.
try there, bud. It's good stuff. Bonus action, healing word, the guy on the ground.
Don't you have to pay HP for that, Butters?
No, only if he amps
Yeah,
it up.
only if I amplify. Yeah, only if I amplify it.
Oh, okay.
And he gets back... yes. Okay, that's not bad.
That's
Jeez,
5 more
you're
than what he got.
Yeah.
Screaming.
So he's
As
waking up
expected.
screaming.
Yeah, I would too. Right here, I'm gonna smack him with my rapier.
Oh no.
Stibbity stabby stab. 15 does hit.
Okay, cool. I'm also going to use one of my Bardic Inspiration dies.
Okay.
Damn it, where did I put those? So it's... What am I using for Bardic Inspiration at this point? I forgot. Bardic Inspiration... da-ba-da-ba. Okay. And that is... It's rolling, I think. Just taking it. Cool.
It's an extra D. It's an extra 1 on the
I'll
damage.
take what I can get, though.
What flourish are you doing?
Defensive, because I'm right there.
Right, so you're adding 1 to your AC. And what about the damage for the rapier? Cool, 8 piercing damage.
I
Damage is
believe it
damage.
also adds the damage, but I'm not sure.
Let me double check defensive real quick.
Mm-hmm.
There's specific ones that do damage. Defensive, the damage, yep.
So technically
you
9.
also add that number to your AC until the start of your next turn, so 9 points of damage. Not bad.
Thank you.
Julius.
Yes.
Oh, wait, hold on.
Hmm.
I want to double check something. Because I think I might have rolled the wrong die. Oh, no, never mind. That's correct die, never mind.
I was about to say, I'm like, that should be. Doesn't go to DA till
What-
later.
Yeah, I'm forgetting.
What level are
because
we? We're still 3.
You're still level 3, yes.
Yeah.
You're making sure.
So yes, what is Julius doing?
I'm summoning a ball of fire and then slamming it into the Ketty.
Alright. So you're positioning it right there.
Doing there and then bonus action slamming, because you have to move it for
It-
slammer.
The
Doesn't really
kid
matter.
is up in the treehouse, so it's not
Okay.
hitting the kid. So dex save from the kitty cat. Plus that does fail.
9 fire.
Alright, as it snarls and kind of tries to hiss and swing at the fire, trying to.
Oh, yeah. I want to yell at Millie. What is your opinion on saving this one?
Attempt if you can?
Lust, it is your turn.
Alright. Bonus action. Lust casts Expeditious Retreat.
Gotcha.
And moves 5. And 50. 30.
And runs away.
40.
I didn't think she would. I just love this called Expeditious Retreat, and like several times I've watched it be used to run into danger.
And
There's more
you
than one way to retreat.
can drag this person's body out. And
Okay.
reduce half my speed.
Gotcha. So you're dragging him away. He's not fighting that.
I'll bet he ain't.
The
Attack of
it
opportunity.
is going to attack you as an opportunity attack. Okay. Where are you dragging it to? Actually,
Over here.
I need to make sure you're conscious first.
Oh my gosh.
It rolled a natural 20.
Oh no!
Give me the damage. I'm ready.
Nice.
What?
It's not too bad. Not too bad. Only 13 points of slashing damage.
Still up.
All right. So where are you dragging
Who
him
made
to?
that noise?
Right. Oh yeah, and then as my actual action, I'm gonna go to a dash again and pull away as far away as possible with 30 feet of movement.
It's probably right around there at least.
Right.
Okay. Celeste goes in, grabs him, just basically yanks him out and gets smacked right upside her torso as its claws, which you're realizing this thing's clawed hand is probably as big as your head. Just slams into the side of you, almost knocking you off your feet as you're just dragging this guy. Just like, okay, we're leaving, we're going, we're leaving. Expeditious Retreat's not a concentration spell, right?
It is.
Roll a concentration check. Constitution save. You've lost it, so you're not able to get quite that far. So I'm going to move you back just a wee bit.
That's still far enough.
As you pull him back, you're like expecting to go further, but it knocked the wind out of you. You're just like, ow.
Okay.
Not
Guys,
good.
I got him out of danger. Distract them.
Talon, it's your turn. You're within 30 feet of the creature, right ahead of you. And currently 2 people are approached on it.
I will activate my right.
Mm-hmm.
I will. How many feet?
This thing's a large creature. It's about as big as the wargs were.
All right. How many feet?
30 feet away from you.
Exactly 30.
Exactly 30.
I will move within 15 and use my other 15 to be as opposite from Lust as I can.
To be like in front of her, or
As far away from her as I can be, with it while still being within 15 feet of the creature.
You know, from a distance, I thought the kid icon was a pile of cat food, and I thought that was slightly ironic.
so to make sure I'm understanding right, you're trying to be 15 feet away from the creature.
And as far away from Lust.
Okay. So I've moved you over into that area.
Alright, and I'll cast Lightning Lure.
Okay, so that's a strength save, right?
Yes.
I will click the lightning lure button.
Also, to be fair, comic, technically the child still is a big bag of cat food, just not
Not including
in the
those. you
traditional
didn't cast
sense.
those.
So you said that the kid is inside of a tree, or is it a tree?
The kid is in a tree, which
Okay.
the fire probably won't be helping them feel any better, because you are in a
Remember, I
forest with
activated
lots
my-
of dry sticks on the ground, as I mentioned. But
Remember, I activated my right, so I can't cast that.
I did remember that, and I also do know that it has to make a strength save. Natural 20. It does not move.
Oh my gosh.
Like, you see the lightning like grab it to yank it over. It just stares at the people in front of it, just glowering as it realized that its food was dragged away from it. It is not a happy cat.
Okay.
Faria, your turn.
Brick hits the ear.
The person who I was holding on to gone.
Ran
now.
away from you. Yes.
Yeah.
She just suddenly bolted. Like you just
I
felt.
would
her-
have
like
patted her arm before I left.
And you heard.
Who
You
was
can
that?
hear. You can. You actually no. You can't hear any of this. You are still with the wolf. You're
Yes.
you're here physically, but eyes and ears. You're like, huh? What?
Yes. What is the person I was with is gone. Something
they pat
has
you on the
happened.
shoulder and they ran.
I mean, you can't tell that they ran. You can just tell they moved away.
There's been a lot of loud crunching sounds, but you've only felt the crunching under your feet as you were being pulled rapidly beforehand. And then you came to a stop, and then that person is no longer next to you. I keep forgetting. Hearing is also gone, so you can't hear them running away.
No.
It was both senses, not one or the other.
No. Yep.
Which brings the question, can you make it so it's one or the other?
I will look into that later, but right now, if I remember right,
Go ahead.
No. Oh, yep.
Firea is not going to move. They are remaining in place, remaining to watch the wolf.
Not knowing that that's what everyone wants you to do. It's just like, I can direct you to it, but the guys, are we going in the right direction?
It's more they understand that something is happening, but because it was mostly the pat on the arm that was sort of a just wait here. It's like, okay, I'll wait.
Maybe they're getting directions. Millie, it's your turn.
If we figure out Morse code, this would be great.
Right.
That'll hit. Alright.
And I can't hit the same thing twice. Currently, all I can do, because I'm not about to use up my fucking spell slots just yet.
Gotcha. Wansi's turn.
I wish I had that opportunity.
I'm gonna see if he can try and grapple this thing.
Okay. We're conflicting checks here.
Ooh.
He bites into it, and like as it's moving to put its saber teeth into his neck, he like twists slightly, so it's like its teeth are like chomping at his neck right behind it. Just like moves over to kind of smack at him, but we'll see what happens next turn because currently he is grappled. Yep, that's Wansi again, and that is a 22 to hit. So
that
will
hits.
hit. Yeah.
This hits the lad.
10 points of slashing damage, slamming into his side. It is not happy that it is being grappled. Nathala.
Okay.
You have advantage on this bitch!
I do?
Nope, that's not how grapple works.
It isn't? Oh, damn. Oh, well.
How is
grappling.
Wansi looking?
Painful.
He's keeping
It's restrain that gives advantage, not grapple.
Yes.
Okay.
But what he did was he made the creature speed 0, and it can only end if the grappler is incapacitated or if it's removed from the grapple. So basically, he just made it so this creature can't move. Which, considering there's a ball of fire right behind it, the creature was wanting to move.
I was gonna say, if he can push him into the fire, that would be great.
That'd be a shove.
Oh yeah, it also took damage at the start of its turn.
Oh, how much damage?
Let me double check.
Was
how
that
the
the
spell works.
fire damage, or
Flaming
what?
Spear,
No,
yeah.
that was a slam.
Oh no, it also triggers on the start of its turn.
Mhm.
If it's within 5 feet of it, or it ends its turn there actually.
Yeah, it
Which it
ended
just
its
did.
turn there because it couldn't. It can move, so yeah, damage.
Oh, cancel instead of submit. There you go. Hey, 9 again.
So yeah, Wansi doing that.
Consistent 9.
That was actually a really good move on Wansi's part because this cat, as bloodied as he might feel, this cat is not happy with that and it is struggling to get out.
How is the cat and Wansi looking before I do anything?
I mean, Wansi looks hurt. I don't know if he's going to tell you the cat looks.
The cat looks like it's like the animalistic panic. Like of something that has got fire on its ass and wants to leave.
I'm gonna try to non-lethally knock this thing out, depending on how it looks. Let's see what happens, though.
Okay.
That's probably not gonna hit, though.
That does not hit.
Okay, give me 1 second. As a bonus action, I will heal Wansi.
Okay.
Why?
6 points.
Give him back that 6 HP.
Oh
He gets back that health, baby.
no! Oh, I can't even.
Oh, I can add that on. That's right. Oh, that's good to know for later.
Essentially gave him back more than half.
Alright, so. With that, that brings up Julius' turn. Julius, what are you doing?
Bonus action. Slam that fireball into him.
No disadvantage on the dex save, so it's just going to be a roll into... See what it's going to do there. It is not happy.
Oh
And
my
I Eldritch
gosh.
Blast it. An action. For 7, no hex.
Alright, and you're just blasting it just to blow it away?
Yeah, just to get rid of it.
Oh boy.
Alright, how do you want to do this?
I don't think you can do non-lethal magic.
Yeah, I was
No,
gonna
not
say.
really.
That's why I was
Um,
trying to knock it out.
Just, you know, as it's backing up into the fire, the force is just going to push it one last time into it as it slams in from behind.
So you basically just slam it into his back and then you shove it back into the fire?
Yep.
Giggity.
We just saw
Alright.
a bunch of fire.
So it's not fully aflamed because of the fact that that's not how fire
I'll
works,
drop
but
the
it is.
concentrate. Yeah, I'll drop
Yeah.
the spell too.
Yeah, which as soon as you drop the spell, you see the cat just slam into its side and just.
See, now you all know it. Julius slays the pussy.
Why?
Disappointed British noises.
Daddy, are you okay?
Oh my God.
You see the guy next to you just like.
Don't worry, you're safe. You're safe.
Oh,
As
I'm
Wes is
assuming-
like rubbing him on his back,
I'm
comforting him.
assuming.
Mhm.
I'm assuming combat is over, so I'll climb up and get the kid.
Which reminds me.
Don't worry, you're all okay. And Lux would kiss the man on the cheek. Also doing so, cure wounds.
That's
18.
perfect.
Gotcha. He is. He kind of blinks at it. As all of a sudden, like he feels like the wounds from the claw, like the bite mark, just heal up more. And he's just like, ugh.
Yes, let it out. Let it out.
He relieves his lungs of the blood that was in there. Kind of shakes his head, just, oh, I'm gonna be tasting copper for a week. Oh, thank you. What? Who are you people? I mean, thank you first and foremost, but I was just coming out to see my little girl. She's been.
Shh. Quiet, honey. Go to your daughter.
Yeah. He gets up and heads over to the treehouse. Honey, come down. It's gone. You can come down now.
I don't know about gone, but
It's hold on, I'll come up to you. And he starts playing. It's like you hear little whimpers and stuff, and
I was about to say, I'm on the ladder.
he goes to the other side and just climbs up the other side.
Well, another job well done, everyone.
If I see him go, I'll drop back down to the cat.
Mhm.
This thing is beyond dead.
It's front part of its skull caved in.
ooh.
Sorry.
Monse just gave him
So-
a perfect shot.
Immediately moves away.
So, celebratory drink party?
I think we should
The
also
job's not
skin it.
finished.
This
We
thing probably
have
has
other
nice
things
fur.
to find. We can talk about what to do with this after we are done.
Is everything okay, you guys?
I
Billy will
point at
tap.
Fyria.
Billy will tap Fariazar.
Ah. Hello.
She kind of gives like the pat on the back, like hi.
No, hold on. Julius, if noticing, will try and bring the cat over. And so when she comes out of it and regains sight, the cat's just in front of her face.
Roll a strength check.
If he manages, Millie will immediately move away from Faria.
Strength or athletics? Either way is the same.
Oh God!
It takes you some doing, but there's a you just watch as this man just loops his arm basically under this thing's neck and is just dragging it along. The man just like, yeah, if you could just get that somewhere hidden so people don't panic. I don't need my daughter seeing this, please.
I'm gonna see if I can find a town's guard. Yeah.
Okay. You go out and you're going to find a town's guard. You guys didn't bring your cart with you, so you don't have that to carry this back with. What?
How long did it take him to drag that cat?
Say,
yeah.
Because of how high his roll was, I'm going to say just about. It's a heavy thing, so I'm going to say 2 minutes.
I also have a pretty high strength.
You do have a pretty high strength. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that, you know. Are you throwing up in the corner?
Behind a tree.
Boom, boom. Firepower.
Julius is wondering why you're having problems.
We need to find the wolf as soon as we get that thing out of here.
Speaking of,
We sure this isn't the thing that they were thinking it?
Faria,
There were. Oh.
as you know the fight's going on, you're just kind of sitting there, just like rocking back on your heels, and the wolf kind of like shifts, lifts its head up slowly, ears kind of flickering.
Owl is going up. Owl is going up.
I would presume the owl was up above it beforehand, but
Oh, yeah.
yeah. So yeah, the owl is like ready to take off into the air. It's not where the wolf is not where it can leap up and try and get it physically, but it's like looking around as you see it just go.
Arf.
As it slowly begins to get onto its feet, as you hear someone going, I'll be right back. As you see this
Oh no!
kind of this hoodlum-looking person pulling out a roll of tobacco from, looks like they pull it out of their sleeve, just looking around, just like suckers. Put it in their mouth as they're trying to.
I dropped for a second. What did I miss?
Faria is currently seeing a scene.
Oh, goody.
He's like looking. He's like trying to use some flint and steel contraption that you've never seen before. He's like, little spark of fire comes out of it. He's like, oh, that's. Walks around and you see this creature just. This guy just kind of pauses, just like, oh, as he's like backing, like he's backing away, like he came out of an alley, and as he's walking away, he's like bad. As the creature's moving forward, slowly just step. As the guy's like, he like almost falls on his ass. Actually, let me see if he.
We need to
Falls
bolt
completely
this
on his
man.
ass as he's like, and the wolf
That's
just
such a bad thing to do with
inhales
a wolf.
ice
Bork.
moving, frosting around
Bork.
its entire body as it breathes out, and a gust of ice begins to coat him.
Bork.
We need to go.
Bork. Bork.
You don't know
Danger.
this. Faria is the only one who knows this currently.
Did I get the town guard?
You're running over to get him. What's it here? It's within the 2 minutes while it's being dragged over towards Faria to try and give her a spook. Which I'll say by that point you're able to grab one and start dragging him over, which will be at the end of the 2 minutes. You're dragging him at the end of 2 minutes.
I figured. Wait, what is this 2 minutes for?
2 minutes
come
is for
back to Millie's
Julius
puking.
dragging the creature over in front of Faria. So, just for context, he moved it over here
Oh boy.
because he wanted to see if Faria would, squeal or something when suddenly seeing the dead cat in front of their feet. Meanwhile, Millie is throwing up behind a tree.
No, his joke was gonna be that he wanted to make it think. He was gonna try and
I will
convince her
pat her
that
on the
she
back.
killed it, and we were all just sitting there watching like she did it without even realizing it.
That's even better.
Oh Lord! Not
I'm
bullying
just
you.
going.
You're going, robot man.
I'm assuming Freya will start to freak out if she watches someone freeze over.
Faria?
Oh, rip. His phone's at 1.
Yeah, Firia is kind of screaming.
Oh, okay.
I go over and I smack Julius in the back of the head.
Not for the cougar!
What did I do?
I do it anyway.
What's on this?
Faria is screaming because on her end, or sorry, their end, her being, again, I'm sorry, I'm trying to be correct with the pronouns, I'm sorry. Whenever I go to say her, I'm saying you, Limey.
I understand.
But I gotta be correct with the pronouns so people don't, think that I'm mixing them up. So Faria is looking through the eyes of her owl. Their owl. I'm still scripting. I'm working on it.
It's alright.
But
You're
they saw the
fine.
wolf get up as just some hoodlum was basically buying something that they were trying to smoke, and they fell on their ass in front of a wolf that frost just exhaled out of them, freezing them, and so Faria is currently screaming.
Yeah,
I
that's not a good
realize
thing.
that Faria still can't see. Like I'm waving my hand in front of one of their face.
I mean, it's
their
like a
over.
it's a long scream, and then it dissolves into wolf attacking person, wolf attacking person.
Ooh.
We gotta go.
I tell the guard to watch that until we get back.
I'm going to cure Moansi real quick, because holy shit.
Go ahead and cure Mwansi. The guard, when he sees the creature, he's just like, ah!
Just watch it until we get back. There is another creature we have to take care of.
Another?
As soon as we can.
You can freak out later. We have a job to do.
Wait, does this mean the guild pays us twice?
Maybe.
We will see.
I'm tempted to pick up Freya, because we cannot move fast enough.
Up to you.
I will pick her up.
Okay. So Faria, you suddenly swept off your feet.
They snap back into their own.
Which direction?
It's oh no, it's that way. Do they even know which direction from where they are?
From where they are currently, like you're pointing, and then you look
Yeah.
around and realize you're in a completely different area.
Yes. They.
Wouldn't
So
the
you're
owl
pointing-
see the grove of trees anyway?
No, it was heading straight south.
Oh boy.
If she wanted to snap into your eyes and then try and look for the grove of trees, you could do that, but it would take maybe 30 seconds to a minute to find it, depending on the perception check.
I will move back to where we originally were.
Yeah, before we split and looked into this grove of trees to see what was going on with all the screaming, that probably would help.
Yep.
Alright, so you're heading that way, and you're like, okay, then from there you'd be able to make it, but by that point it's probably taken a good 10 minutes to get there.
Christ in a basket.
We gotta
Just to
move.
get to your starting location.
Okay, fair enough.
And then moving southward, she's able
So
to
I
go as soon as
think
you're there.
I think the minute that the owl might take, the 30 seconds that the owl might take to notice the grove is good enough.
Yeah.
We'll take. Okay, I'll go back. So, but is it possible to just put the vision back into the owl?
It would
Oh,
be,
yeah.
all, it
You
would be
can
the
flip in,
both
flip out.
senses. Both senses. You can flip in and out.
Okay, so
You just can't
Before she-
command the owl from this distance.
Before
No.
she does, Millie will go, keep your eyes on the wolf, I'll carry you, don't worry.
Okay. Just make some kind of signal when you need me to tell you where to go.
I'll tap you 3 times real quick.
Okay, that's fine. And they look back into the owl.
Looking back into the owl's eyes, that person is very frosty, and the wolf just like slowly pads over, like sniffs it.
Oh no.
Like the cigarette one eye is just completely out. Like that person is just like not moving, just eyes open, staring at the sky, just like open mouth, just unresponsive as it kind of like nudges the side of his cheek and then just makes like a
Do I
licks
know?
like it slowly licks at its his cheek as though it's like testing to see if he's
Does the tongue get stuck?
No,
Dang.
the tongue does not get stuck.
It makes sense. It is a winter wolf.
Seeming seeming to be okay with this, it kind of like lifts his head, and you can faintly hear the sound of other people talking kind of in the background, as it looked like it was about ready to, try and begin snacking.
We gotta go!
Slowly kind of like hackles rising as it looks down the alley and slowly backs away and loops off a little bit further southward, running away from the people in the alley, not wanting to deal with confrontation.
I report all this back.
I guess we adjust our.
Powerful,
Of
smart.
course.
I think this is the making of a excellent companion, of a pet.
The answer is still no.
Oh, come on!
No! She'll start walking in whatever direction Freya is giving her.
I am at a light jog personally.
Running.
The owl,
Good.
the owl,
I'll pay for it.
the owl, having been told to keep an eye on the wolf, is keeping an eye on the wolf.
Yeah.
And is following after it. So you basically having the owl keeping tabs on this creature as it's moving around. Roll a stealth check for the owl.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
That wolf's about to parkour and sash this poor owl out the fucking air.
Stealth.
Mhm.
That's not bad still.
I don't know what weak wolf you've been looking at, but that
Oh,
wolf
wait,
is gonna
no, that-
sprout wings and fly towards
that
it.
was without that was without.
That's even without having advantage, it still would have been a 12. That would have been a straight roll.
Okay.
So it rolled a 12. After a little bit, it gets to a point where it pauses, and the owl kind of like clacks on some of the wolf tiles, not the wolf tiles, the tiles of the building, just kind of like nearby but out of the way, as the wolf's ears kind of snap up as it kind of like looks around and then looks up at the owl, stares at it for a second, just kind of like tilting his head from side to side, just like, huh. Kind of shifts a little bit, staring, watching as it stares, and it moves like from side to side slowly, watching as the owl just still looking at it, just watch it go back and forth, back and forth. And then it darts further. It darts at a full-on sprint, just going down the road, and the owl just takes off and starts flying after it.
Okay, it's running now. I think
think
I
it's
startled
awkward.
it.
We should start running.
I can't move faster than what I have.
If I
I'm
help her
running.
carry Fyria, can she move faster?
I'm not encumbered.
Well,
So
could
I'm
go
moving the
with
same
faster,
pace.
Oh,
but I don't want to be the first one there.
I'll dash. Heck, I don't care.
The owl is keeping up with it because it's a zoomy little bird, but it's clearly going faster than you guys are currently able to catch up with it, even though you're trying your best to be on the most interceptor course as you can be. Eventually you see it moving towards the southern wall, and it is just like full on, like nails to the ground, pedal to the metal, just moving as fast as it can. It's actually, I need to roll a few athletics checks for this thing to see if anything slows it down. So let me check its strength real quick. It's a pass, absolutely pass, pass.
Oh my gosh,
Pass.
stop passing.
I have two other rolls I need to make real quick. Hit and a hit. As this creature, again, barreling through the city, slams against a few people, just pushing through them as it's like people are they're just scattering as this wolf, this massive wolf, just is charging out of the gates of the city. A few guards actually pull out their crossbows and take shots at it as it just into his back legs. It just keeps going.
Jesus Christ! Fucking power move.
And it is just currently taking off southward.
Wait, so it's left the city?
Yes. Like
It's
it is
gone now.
it just like it realized something was weird and it just took off. And it was able to
Mark
actually
Wolf.
make its way out of the able to make its way out of the city.
Told you, it will be the best companion.
If it's out of the city, then yeah, Fyrio will say, wait, it's gone. It's gone from the city. It just passed the walls.
Good.
Keep going.
Ah, nuts.
So set down Faria.
Okay. Yeah.
I guess
Snap
you
back
go.
into my own vision and just blink. Everything keeps moving.
You might want to snag your owl there.
Yeah! Bring the baby back.
Oh, yeah!
It's currently still following the wolf.
How do I get it to stop?
You can
Pocket
Snap your
dimension it.
fingers.
yeah, you can pop your pocket dimension it and then pop it back out.
Oh, okay, I do that.
Because you can't tell it mentally to stop. It's too
Yeah.
far.
Unless you take up a specific invocation.
Yeah.
So you just pop it out, and so it's just like mid-flight, just soomp. And then you pop it back in, it's just like looking around, just like
I don't know why,
wide-eyed
but I
owl,
just-
just turning his head
just-
like almost 180, just looking around behind it, just like, did I lose it? Huh?
I don't know why, but I just had like
It's
this
okay,
image
it's okay.
of like
You did your job.
I just had this image of like the owl on the ground, like flapping its wings so fucking bad that it's going in a circle. Like, wait, whoa,
I've
oh,
lost altitude. You've arrived. It just like looks up at you, and you tell it did good. It just kind of like hops into your hands and like puts its head right up against your chin and just starts nuzzling into it.
Aw.
Yeah, you did a really good job. Now we really need to go back and help that guy. The one that was frozen.
I will go turn in the quests. Wait,
I'll go.
sorry.
Yeah.
frozen.
Yes!
Like,
I told you
fully-
guys! That was the ice wolf and someone in the back alley!
I snap my
that's okay.
fingers and I light them up slightly, and I say, "I believe I can help out with that."
Okay,
Light
we need
up.
to go back. We need to go back there. Okay.
She will go back to the man. I heard him singing. Wait, what?
That was comic.
Mhm.
No, I know. That's why I said I hear him singing. Wait, what?
Nothing, don't mind me.
You're fine, man. You make your way over towards the person. By the time you get there, because you guys were trying to chase after the wolf first, there are a few guards who have arrived. There's people who kind of like talking in the back alley, just like, "Oh, I can't believe what happened." As they're like looking them over, just like, "I think the clerics will be able to." There's a few who might be able to, but I mean, this is. I mean, do you think you'll be able to? I don't know. As they're like trying to very gingerly like move him into like a place or position where they can move him. Oh yeah, it's kind of expensive thing. Diamonds don't come cheap. I know. It's just
I'm guessing he's dead at this point. That sucks.
when you're frozen today, there's a certain level where you don't come back from it.
Yeah.
Oh shit, he died.
Yep.
Well, he wasn't part of the mission.
Fyria looks just kind of distraught.
Okay, Nathal, do me a favor.
Yes.
Can you take the rest of them back to that Sabretooth? I'll take Freya back to the guild so we can report in.
Of course.
I'll put my hand gently on their back. Come on. And try and...
I should have saved them. I should have saved them first.
It's not your fault. You had no way of knowing that he would come out of the alley.
But I saw it. I saw them. I saw it all.
She'll hug him. You couldn't have done anything more than what you did.
Are you sure about that?
Unless you can teleport, yes. We can only do so much. And sometimes that means that not everyone gets saved. But while this person didn't get saved, we did manage to save a girl from being orphaned and a father from being eaten.
We did?
Yes.
Oh.
Or worse, a father without a child.
Mm.
So that would seem like the least likely to happen.
So it's not like we didn't do anything today.
I don't know, we got stuff done.
We got it out the city, at least. Indirectly. Let's get this handed in, I suppose.
No.
And they grin.
She'll smile back at him.
It's not a very convincing smile.
No, but neither is her. That's why I'm just like, okay, let's just put Millie and Freya away from this for the moment.
Of course.
Yeah.
Alright, so the rest of you go back. What are you going back for the Sabretooth for? Just to...
Because we have to explain to the guy what happened.
To the guard. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the guard was having a panic attack.
Right.
Plus, there's a good chance that it's a good pelt.
I mean, singed on the ass, but...
Listen, it's not singed, it's treated.
Sure, tell yourself that. So you go back. The guard has gotten at least one of his buddies, and they're looking over, just like, that's a big ass cat. And as you kind of come approach, like, halt, stay your business.
We are the ones who took care of this.
Not true. Leans over to the other guy. They're the ones who brought me over to us. I mean, I presume they're the ones who took care of it. Either that or they are taking credit for someone else, but...
I killed it.
Uh-huh.
I roll my eyes.
We appreciate that. You with the guild?
Yes.
Yes.
Ah, that makes
Indeed.
a bit more sense. Can I see your permits, please?
Yeah, I'll hold out my badge.
Okay. He pulls out a ring, just kind of puts it on, and just takes it, taps it gently, looks at the ring, hands it back, and just kind of goes through them all real quick, just looking at them, just like, all right. All right then. We appreciate it. We'll take it from here. The guild will pay you the compensation. The mark I just put on your badges should be able to show that I've been able to sign off on the warrant that was put out for this particular quest.
Cool.
If
What
others
about
of our
the
team
car?
also
We'll be taking that back. It's evidence.
Oh, hoping to get the pelt, but okay.
If we're able to release it at a later date, when we can verify that it's the only one of its kind that was taken, if we still have a lot we need to do regarding this, and being able to bring this back to evidence where we can have druids and others look it over to see if there's anything that will give away where it was or before it came and was causing such destruction. Every little bit helps. But if... Go ahead.
there was also a winter wolf.
A what?
Another of the creatures, I imagine, that was also kidnapped by whoever kidnapped this one.
He's like
We
opening his
were
mouth.
Able to apprehend it before it made its way out of the city.
Uh-huh.
If you do not believe me, you may inquire with your comrades over at the gate.
Kind of smacks the other guy. Go double check with that. Not just get verified. Go. Yep. I already asked for Lionel to bring a cart. That's fine. Again, as soon as we're clearing this of evidence, if it's freed by the Druid District, we can see about bringing it back for you as payment in regards to the fact that, you know, you did slay the creature. But if you're looking for payments in gold, give me about 2 hours so I can get the paperwork done on my end, so we can actually get the reference from the people at the guard tower to verify about the Winterwolf, to make sure that your pay is adequate for this, because this is going to be a pain in my ass.
What I want to know is, we sent 2 of our group to the guild in order to verify that we had completed the quest. Based on the fact that you checked our badges but not ours, will that alter whether or not we will be able to have them turn in the quest?
They're probably not going to be able to, and they're probably going to be told to wait until the paperwork's done anyway, so just head back. Within 2 hours, a messenger will be sent to the guild to inform them of the proper amount and be able to bring in the payment as necessitated by the fact that you did complete. Kind of looks back down at the cat, just like, the quest. Apparently foreign imports needs to be looked over again, because this is foreign as fuck. Jeez.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, no
I
shit.
appreciate your cooperation.
And I appreciate your patronage to the city of La Corazon.
Of course.
Gives you a guard salute, puts his hand in a fist to his heart, and then he taps the side of his head and holds it up to goes from his forehead to the sky and just gives a little nod. May the gods be with you.
And you as well.
Right. Meanwhile, back at the guild hall, you 2 arrive. You're like, yeah, we're here to turn it in, and they're like, you didn't get it verified?
We left a few guards at the cougar, at the cat.
I mean, you ain't wrong.
Oh, it was a cat.
There
Cat
were
was
2
causing all that?
loose.
There was also a wolf. A
A
really
winter wolf. To be
yeah,
exact.
that.
Ah. That's dangerous indeed.
It ran out of the bounds of the city. The other, can I make a guess as to what that is? I'm character, I know exactly
you can roll,
what,
You can
but-
roll a nature check now. It's a big-ass cat with some big-ass teeth.
All I could describe it as a large cat with very prominent fangs.
If I can actually roll this on my... Thank you. A saber tooth. They managed to bring a bloody saber... Oh, man. North Division's going to be getting a letter. They're supposed to be preventing those things from getting down south.
There are ones up north.
Where do you think they got them from?
I don't know where they got them from.
Yeah, most saber cats are... Let me put it this way. Their primary source of food are huge creatures referred to as mammoths. Have you ever heard of a mammoth? Roll out a nature check for
I
that.
was about to say, I'm like, Don.
Yeah.
No.
Nope.
Okay, imagine a creature almost as big as a house with thick fur.
Would I technically know what an elephant is?
Roll another nature check.
Oh man.
You've heard of them. You've never actually seen one.
I live in the mountains. That would make sense.
Yes, you've heard of it, never seen. And
So I
with big ass, you know boar tusks. Imagine having boar tusks, except instead of boar tusks that are just these small itty bitty little teeth, they are big as you. That's what these creatures are known for hunting.
sounds kind of like an elephant, from what I've heard of them.
Furrier version of it, yeah.
Wonderful. Oh,
And you guys fought it?
We kind of had to. There was a child screaming in the tree, and it had pinned a man down to the ground.
Oh.
But we also didn't want you to lose sight of the wolf, so we kind of set you back just a little bit so you wouldn't get hurt.
Well, I appreciate the not letting me get bitten.
That was mostly Mwansi. She points to the still slightly injured Drake.
He kind of looks up at you with like these kind of sad eyes, like, I deserve a treat after this.
He's
like,
the one who held it back from moving forward.
he like waves his little dragon claw, just like, hi, it's me.
I have
Then
no food on me, so unfortunately I cannot give a treat to this amazing boy.
And he starts laughing, just
Oh, I can't get mad at that face. God.
sticks his
God's
tongue out.
sake.
Yeah, welcome to my world. It's living hell.
I mean, if
we've
you're
got that.
if you're looking for a reprieve, please. I mean, you look fine. Motions to Faria, and he motions to Millie, just like, you look good. You look good. You look fine.
I'm
Here.
perfectly fine. He's
Yeah.
the one who needs rest.
Come here, you big oaf. Like, once he kind of looks at me like, what the hell? Like, just come on. like walks with like a haughty, like, how dare you? But he follows him into the back.
I will follow them because what the fuck are you doing to my lizard?
He just puts a blanket around his neck, just like basically making him comfortable. He's like, if you want, we can spare maybe a potion or two, but it likely is going to come out of your pay for this mission. Just so you're aware, if we were to.
If we're gonna just rest after this, then I think he'll do all right.
All right, I'm just making him comfortable. He motions, and as you kind of actually take a moment to look around, there's a few different floor beds that look like they're specifically made and tailored for companions, beast companions.
Oh, look at you! You get special treatment.
He looks like proud of himself, like yeah. Like
Toast?
haven't had one like him around for a while, but luckily there's
There's been another person come in with a guard Drake.
yeah. What, you thought you were special? That you're the first person to come through here? You're unique,
Oh, sweetie, I
trust
think I'm
me.
nothing. I'm curious, though.
Oh yeah, maybe 2 years back.
Do you remember their name?
Not off the top of my head, but if you give me a bit, I can look through the books.
That would be nice,
Yeah, sure.
just in case I run into them.
If you run into them, let them know that they're a little behind on their guild payments.
Oh dear.
He goes back. By the time everyone else is returning, he's coming forward, like looking through his book, just like.
I have a question for you, by the
Asshole's
way.
name is always in the what?
You know more about this city, right?
Yeah.
Then, well, naturally I do. You know if there's a tattoo parlor nearby?
I mean, we have a tattoo parlor ourselves. If you're looking for something specific to be done,
I
on
just need
commission,
something
but,
small.
Sure. Depends on how big you want it, but you can talk to a tattoo specialist. They should be able to hook you up.
If the rest of the group is here, do you mind pointing me in that direction?
It's just more towards the back. It's a really large building, and you have access to essentially all of the downstairs areas, but none of the upstairs areas. You have to be higher up in the guild for upstairs treatment.
Wait, so I can't go there yet?
No, you can go to the tattoo parlor. That's just in. Actually, no. You can go one floor up. My apologies. I'm remembering a different area, different campaign, whole bunch of stuff. But the ground floor and the floor above that, the first floor above that, you have access to, as well as the floors below it. You don't have access to the floors above that. And the tattoo parlor is in the floor above.
She'll stand up and head over there. If anyone wants to follow to check it out, feel free to come with.
Yep.
I do.
Yep. Rello is just every time you pet Rello just immediately scoots closer to you,
Rollo.
just nuzzles into you. Just
Rollo.
Rollo. Sorry, I don't know why I said Rollo.
I know exactly why you defaulted to Rello.
I don't remember
Yep.
why. But yeah, Rollo is just nuzzling into you, just very happy to get the attention and is happy to make you feel better.
Happy owl.
Good for me.
Throw a little fluffed rat so it can be like that
No.
video on YouTube where it looks super offended.
Before you go, like as you're leaving, it's like, miss.
Oh, right. Sorry. I'm not.
Yeah, no worries. Zed Mask or Mesk. Does that Mesk? Yeah, Mesk.
Spell. Thank you. Thank you.
No problem. But yeah, he hasn't been back in a while, but he's got one too, and I'm sure he won't mind another fellow Drake getting to use the bed for special privileges and whatnot. Just they're tanky sons of guns.
Very.
But yeah, if you again, tattoo parlor's upstairs, and I'm guessing you guys are getting ready to rest and relax, just to drink and wait for the guards to come back.
Yep.
That's the plan.
Yep. So to wrap this up, I'm not gonna make you guys wait the 2 weeks it'll take for this. You hear just little.
Oh.
As the person kind of gets up, opens the door, and you see message for you, sir. Holds out a letter with a bag of something, jingles, so probably money. It's like gives a little bow, hand to heart, hand to head, up into the sky. May the gods bless you. He
I'll take the
moves over.
bag.
Not to you. He's giving it to the proprietor, and
Oh, okay.
they look at it, opens it up real quick. Sightings of only sightings of, but that's better than nothing. The cat's carcass is being held by the druid. Of course, the druids will be holding that. Yeah, that's fine. It's a total sum of total sum of 164 and an extra 44. Okay, cool. Closes it up, turns around, and you're currently at the tattoo parlor. Who's downstairs?
Faria.
Julius.
You said wait the 2 weeks. That's why I was confused.
Yeah, I was 2 weeks out of game.
Oh, okay.
In real life. He turns around and he says, excuse me, miss, or sir, or I apologize, I'm motioning to Faria.
Honestly, whatever you prefer. They get up.
Right, I'm sorry, I don't know your name yet, which is, it'll take me a little bit to get used to it, don't worry. Catch. Tosses you the bag.
Oh, okay.
Make a dexterity check.
You really gotta make him do that.
I mean, she was like, oh, okay, you barely catch her. Like, oh, hi, cool, hi. Payment! More so for the actual stopping of the cat, and you were paid extra for being the first to sight and bring attention to this wolf that was let loose, which means we actually will be able to get parties out there to try and prevent it from causing any further harm. So that's your payment. Enjoy. Split it with your party as you wish.
All right. Thank you. Okay.
Not
I
a
check
problem.
them.
You have a bag, which, however long you take to count that out, equates to 200 gold pieces.
Wow.
Okay. Yeah, I'll count it.
You'll start counting that, and that is where we'll end the session. Well, that was fun.
Hmm.
Interesting. interesting and interdasting. Things continue to have more fun. For everyone watching, if you're watching it from the future on YouTube, thank you so much for watching this with us. We appreciate your support. And if you want to watch us while we're streaming it on Twitch, we stream it every other Sunday. So today is currently the 14th. So it'd be 2 weeks from today, which would be the 28th, yes. When we will be able to stream next. Hopefully Batalon will be able to be back to flavor this with his lovely accent and his excellent acting, because he's still having some fun and whatnot, but regardless, he's having a good time, and we're having a good time with him, and we want him to, be ready for what's coming. If you are watching this on YouTube, please leave us a like, a comment, subscribe if you want to keep updated with when we're posting these. We have a lot of D&D content for you to enjoy, and we want you to be able to enjoy it with us. And if you're wanting to watch and follow the streams, we are twitch.tv/whatteamcomp, what in word, what team and comp, C-O-M-P. And until next time, we'll see you all next time. Bye-bye!
See ya!
Bye.